Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. I'm in my My Pillow bathrobe. It's a little chilly in Florida this morning. I got a link, 30% off this bathrobe with our promo code Kane. We're going to talk about this incident with Bongino and a whole bunch of other things. It's just all falling apart for the Democrats. All falling apart. Welcome, welcome. If you are new, make sure you subscribe. Everyone like the video too. Here we go. This is my new Trump hat. I wore it on the stream on Saturday morning, but brand new Trump hat I got here. Welcome, welcome. Here we go.
You are listening to South Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll free, dial 1-888-GO-KANE-1. That's 1-888-GO-KANE-1.
Hey guys, welcome to the program. It is Monday morning, November 15th, 2021. 6 minutes after the hour. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. This is the Trump MAGA show of record of any type of program in the entire, well, not just the United States, the world. I will never disagree with President Trump. I will never criticize President Trump. And I say that with pride. We got a lot to talk about today. It is falling apart for Biden, Kamala. CNN has turned on Kamala Harris. We're going to get to that later. Dan Bongino completely discredited BLM over the weekend. And that's just the beginning of the disasters for the Democrats. We're going to get into a whole bunch of stuff between now and 9 a.m. And, of course, your phone calls are also welcome at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. That's 888-465-2631. Let's start with Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino had this guy, that one of the BLM founders on. His name is Hawk. Wasn't Hawk the guy that was played, that was in Spencer for Hire, right? Captain Sisko from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. He played Hawk on Spencer for Hire with Robert Urich, Avery Brooks. But this guy Hawk, is that his real name? Was he named Hawk? Is that what's on his birth certificate? I don't know. But anyway, they got a new mayor coming to New York City. New York City, very, very dangerous place. Used to be Disney World up there. Giuliani cleaned it up, made it Disney World. And now we've had de Blasio up there wrecking the place. And it's like Escape from New York up there. You have to be Snake Plissken to walk the streets of New York City without fear. These days. So we've got a new mayor-elect. We don't know a lot about him other than he's a retired police officer. He's a Democrat, so always be wary of that. But Black Lives Matter's co-founder here, Hawk. Hawk. I don't know, I can't do a Hawk sound. But Hawk here is threatening violence if the new mayor starts getting tough on crime. Because, of course, I guess Hawk believes that it's the criminal's paradise. And Hawk, he acts like he's the Duke of New York. Another Escape from New York reference. And of course he's not. So for some reason he went on television with Dan Bongino and stormed off like a coward. Couldn't take the heat. He expects people to walk the streets of New York, get on the subways in New York, wait by the tracks for a train, surrounded by criminals who have no fear of law enforcement. And that's supposed to be cool, but Hawk can't handle a satellite interview when he's not even in the same studio with Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino's getting a reputation of really wiping the floor with liberals. Hawk, Geraldo. I guess Dan Bongino has a thing for guys that go by just one-word names. Hawk, Geraldo. I don't know what it is. But let me play the end of this, and then we'll talk about this. Now, of course, Hawk from Black Lives Matter the other day said that if the new mayor of New York starts to get tough on crime, there'll be violence in the streets. And he was even more specific than the type. He talked about blood. He was very specific about the types of violence that we will see, which I believe is something he should be arrested for, because it sounds as if he's inciting violence, which is the limitation on free speech we have in this country. A lot of people say you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. That's not true. If there is a fire in a theater and it is very crowded, you can yell fire. You can. The restriction on yelling fire in a crowded theater is if there is no fire and you cause a panic, which could result in incitement of violence by people getting stomped to death, like at that concert the other day. But the incitement of violence is the big no-no when it comes to speech in this country. And what this Black Lives Matter founder is doing is inciting violence and also threatening a public official that if he doesn't do what he wants him to do, there'll be violence in the street. So anyway, Dan Bongino has Hawk from Black Lives Matter on. Let me play some of this exchange. It ends with Hawk running off the set live on Fox News Channel. Listen.
But you don't want riots, right? You don't want riots, correct? And violence. I just want to get you on the record here.
Let me explain something.
I just want to get you on the record. You don't want violence or bloodshed.
I'm going on the record right now. I'm going on the record right now. As Dr. King said, riots are the voice of the unheard. It's a natural occurrence that if people continue to be traumatized and oppressed, they will lash out. That's it.
Do you condemn violence or not? But they shouldn't lash out, correct?
Dan, what I'm telling you is, right?
I mean, that's easy. Do you condemn riots? Do you condemn violence? Yes, I do. I condemn violence. I condemn riots. Not Hawk. Not him.
What I'm telling you is, the Boston Tea Party was a riot.
Okay. Now, before we get into the rest of this, these revolutionary, or actually a little pre-revolutionary reference there, Boston Tea Party. When you hear about the Boston Tea Party and things like that, one of the many reasons it does not apply, just a couple of them, I don't want to get sidetracked on it too much, but I hear people use this reference a lot. When the Boston Tea Party happened, which was an uprising against a 3% tax on the tea there, 3% tax, could you imagine? Boy, we'd have parties for a 3% tax today, right? But big problem with that analogy, Hawk, we didn't have a country then. This was not a country. The United States was not a nation. This was British America. We were under British colonial rule. And what we have now that we did not have during the era of the Boston Tea Party was we now have representation. Remember? Did this guy go to school? Hawk. I like saying the name Hawk. No taxation without representation. Now we have a lot of taxation, but we also have representation. So, you know, what is he talking about here?
People were fed up, so they took to
I'm
the
not asking
to
about
the
the Boston
streets
Tea
and died.
Party, Hawk.
No, but
what
you're talking to me about is,
do you condemn
and it's
violence
amazing
or not?
that this is Veterans Day, and the first man to die in the fight for this country was a black man named
So you won't. Why can't you just condemn violence?
So about the Boston Massacre prior to the United States.
How does this
Why
happen?
why would I condemn violence?
Oh.
Why would I do that?
Because it's illegal to incite it. Because you can get people hurt and killed, Hawk. That's why you would condemn violence. What a beaut here.
Why would I condemn violence? Why would I do that? I believe in self-defense. I believe that if someone
No one's
attacks
talking
you,
about self-defense. All right, let me make it simple. Forget this is clearly a little bit over the head here. Do you condemn riot?
Your head, Hawk. He means your head, Hawk. That's what Bongino. The level that Bongino is speaking to you, Hawk, is over your head. That's what he's saying.
And burning down
Over
buildings.
whose head?
You're not answering the question. Do you condemn riots and burning down buildings after a police use of force incident you don't like?
No, I can.
No, dude, wow. No, I don't. No, wow. You know, let me tell you, if I did that, if you did that, you'd be in trouble. And you know what? You should be in trouble. That's the incitement of violence. That is illegal.
I'll say is, I understand when a police officer unjustifiably kills someone, why people lash out. I understand that completely.
Wow.
I'm not going to condemn, nor am I going to condone it. Now, see, here's the thing.
When Osama bin Laden and those terrorists attacked
the United States of America, can you let me talk?
Man.
You have a show, you talk as much as you want.
You seem to talk a lot of junk, and then when I put you on the spot, you won't answer a damn question. Do you condone violence?
I'm answering the question. I'm answering the question.
Just condemn violence and burning of buildings down. How hard is this?
Okay, so when Osama bin Laden attacked the World Trade Center, did you say America should deal with it peacefully? You're not answering the question, man. I'm posing questions to you.
So now what Hawk is doing, see, this all sounds brilliant when Hawk's at the BLM meeting and he gets up and pontificates all this garbage, you know, and then oh, you're so brilliant, Hawk, you're so brilliant. Boy, oh boy, but when he is questioned, even in the most mild way, it sounds like what it is. The incitement of violence and total insanity.
That has nothing to do with people burning down businesses in New York City. You're not going to answer the question, Hawk, but listen.
Wait, okay, I'll give you this. I'll give you this.
No, there's nothing else
I don't
to get.
condone it. I don't promote it, but I will not condemn it.
Yeah, that's just cowardly, man. That's just cowardly.
No, you're a coward.
For something.
You know what?
Yeah,
you see, you're trying to bait me. God bless you, man. I'm out of here.
Nope.
God bless.
Yeah. You are out of here. You're right.
Okay, and then Hawk got up and walked off the set on live TV. Tough guy. Can't handle a satellite interview. They're not even in the same location. Well, let me hear your thoughts on two things there. One, Hawk, is he breaking the law? Is that the incitement of violence? Is he encouraging violence? Is he breaking the law? Also, your thoughts on Bongino. How do you think Bongino did there? Our number is toll-free from anywhere, no matter where you're listening to the program, no matter if you're watching us on YouTube, listening on a mobile app somewhere on the planet, or on your radio here on this chilly South Florida morning. You can call us toll-free at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. That's K-A-N-E and the number 1-888-465-2631. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, you may think I just rolled out of bed and came in here, but that's not the case. I am fully clothed, but I am wearing my MyPillow bathrobe. You know, it's in the 50s this morning in sunny South Florida. That's cold for us here. Oh, man. And I was wearing my bathrobe in the house this morning. I thought I'd wear it into work and show all of you good people what a great Christmas gift this would be. You know, I've had this bathrobe for quite some time now, and I have washed my MyPillow bathrobe countless times, and it looks like the day I got it, because everything Mike Lindell makes is very, very high quality. You know, the MyPillow bathrobes come in multiple colors, and they're also made for both men and women. The bathrobe I'm wearing is the heavier bathrobe, but they also have a lighter version. They come in pink, blue, white, brown, burgundy. I'm wearing the gray, and many other covers. Or many other colors. They're very comfortable. They're machine washable, of course, and every time you wash and dry it, it looks brand new. It has beautiful pockets in the front. It also comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee, the MyPillow bathrobe. Now you're going to use that because you will love it. Again, it comes in both heavyweight and lightweight. I'm wearing the heavyweight. Comes in styles for both men and women and many different sizes, too. And with our promo code KANE at checkout at MyPillow.com, K-A-N-E, save 30% off the MyPillow bathrobe. And let me tell you, this is a great gift for everyone on your gift-giving list. Your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, grandma, grandpa, your sons, your daughters, your employees. The MyPillow bathrobe is a gift that they will remember for many years to come. And again, go to MyPillow.com, use the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, and save 30% off the MyPillow bathrobe. The one I'm wearing right now, you can, if you go on YouTube, you can check it out. Very comfortable. And I love it. I love it. My wife has one too. Mine's gray, hers is white. But again, they have many, many different colors. So go to mypillow.com, use our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, and perfect Christmas gift. No supply chain issues with the great Mike Lindell. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane at checkout. Kane. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing and Building Restoration. We survived the 2021 hurricane season. Now it's time to get your building envelope ready for the next season. Laporta Contracting installs all types of roofs, from asphalt, clay and concrete, standing metal seam, flat roofs, and slate tile systems. Our building restoration offers complete envelope protection to include siding, stucco, concrete restoration, impact windows and doors, weatherproofing, and painting. Laporta Contracting serves single-family, multifamily, HOAs, and commercial properties. Call Laporta Contracting today for a free evaluation and estimate, and go to our website to see our team and past customer videos at laportacontracting.com. Our number is 954-604-4602. That number again is 954-604-4602. And thanks for listening to the Steve Kane Show.
Steve Kane Show. Hey, Jeff, hold on.
Advice from a licensed professional with 30 plus years experience? Someone who's counseled thousands of clients, developed nutrient formulas, and is available at no charge. That's me, Janet Cimarelli, licensed nutrition counselor. Call me at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop at Festival Marketplace for your free counseling appointment. 954-317-1851. 954-317.
I do have a new phone cord. I just haven't brought it in yet. So I saw somebody ask that. I just have not brought it in yet. I left it at home. All right, welcome back. Oh, man, 22 minutes after the hour. My name's Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. We're talking about this confrontation with Hawk. Some in our chat room have called him Chicken Hawk. I don't know. Who will not condemn violence in New York if the police enforce crime. Stormed off a Dan Bongino interview. Let's go to Jeff in Maine. You're on the radio, Jeff in Maine. Uh-oh. What happened? They got to Jeff in Maine. Oh, boy. Are we having phone problems today? We better not. Because we got a lot to talk about, a lot of hot topics. I'll have to check the phones. Sorry, I don't know what happened there, Jeff in Maine. 1-888-GO-KANE-1 is the number to call. And I saw a story this morning that I hope is not true. I believe it is. And it is one that I am very, very disappointed in. But I would not say this is quite yet the gospel. It's being reported on Mediaite. Mediaite is liberal, but they're pretty accurate. But they are liberal. Mediaite this morning reporting that Newsmax TV White House correspondent Emerald Robinson is reportedly out at Newsmax. Newsmax White House correspondent Emerald Robinson, this is in Mediaite, has been off the air for a little while now because of some tweets that she made. She got, I believe, permanently suspended from the Twitter, and the Daily Beast is also reporting that she may never return. So I think Emerald Robinson is awesome. She was at One American News. She left One American News to go over to Newsmax, and I truly hope that this is fake news, but it is being reported. It is being reported that Emerald Robinson is no longer with Newsmax TV. If anyone has any updates on that, I'll be monitoring Newsmax later today to find out about that. But I think Emerald Robinson is an incredible White House correspondent. She asks the tough questions that make Jen Psaki uncomfortable. All right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jeff from Maine.
Hey, Jeff.
Oh, hi. Sorry about that.
That's okay. What's on your mind, Jeff in Maine?
Hey, Martin Luther King
Jr. today would be so upset by the comments of this man not denouncing violence when he was one of the greatest American patriots we ever had for peaceful demonstrations.
Yeah.
People like this are ruining his message that brought about civil rights change.
Well, I'll tell you what it is with what he's talking about with Martin Luther King. It's textbook revisionist history. They are rewriting the history that we've all lived through. Although I was born, 3 years after Martin Luther King was killed, but it's still living history for us and this generation that we're all in. And they're now telling us that Martin Luther King was not a peaceful activist. I don't know what they're talking about here. He modeled his entire movement after Gandhi.
Yes, he was the most peaceful man that ever walked our planet. He died advocating for peace.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. So I don't know what Hawk is talking about. Now I must tell you, I have gotten multiple messages from people, and I mean this. I've gotten multiple messages from people this morning. I just got another one just now, telling me that they don't think that Dan Bongino did a very good job with Hawk. That he sounded. Let me say, I just got one. I'll just read one of the messages that I'm not going to call anybody out by name. Bongino came off like a petty, inexperienced interviewer. Refused to listen to the guy. The whole denounce and condemn blank is a political tool. For the record, the guy made an... Yeah, so I can't read the rest of it. But I don't know. What did you think about Dan Bongino and his the way he handled Hawk?
I have two things to say about. First of all he wanted him to do was answer the question, do you denounce violence? And he would not. So it agitated Bongino, and I think he was rightfully pursuing that question, getting a yes or no answer. That's all he wanted.
Yeah. I saw in Kenosha they're boarding up businesses in response to what they expect to be a not guilty verdict in the Kyle Rittenhouse case. I mean, how are they? They're making that a racial issue, although everyone involved was white except for the gun, which is black. His AR-15's black. Everyone else white. The people he shot in Rittenhouse all white. Some of them whiter than me, because I got a little bit of sun from the Florida sunshine. But who are they boarding up the windows from? Who do they think's going to bust in the windows?
They know it's not going to be MAGA people. It's going to be Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and the likes doing it again.
Yeah.
They know who they have to look after.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree with that one. All right, Jeff in Maine, thanks for the call. Take care. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree.
Oh, boy, I can hear myself in my... Yeah, turn the volume down on whatever device you're listening to me on, because we're on a delay. You got to turn the volume down. Yeah, turn the volume off on the device you're listening to me on.
Hello, Steve. Good.
Yes.
Great things that you do for, our country.
Yes. Well, thank you. What's on your mind?
Well, I love what you're talking about. And I just want to throw in something. I think everybody needs to know. I'm Cherokee. And, the Iroquois, a lot of people don't know it's in the history. It's not really in the history books, but we had been conquering each other, fighting against each other, warring against each other, doing the things humans have been doing since the beginning of time. We've been, acting foolish because we work better as a team than against each other. So all along the East Coast, we had somebody come along called the Peacekeeper, and he brought all the the nations of 6 tribes together. And with that, we created these laws that, if you'll look at them, they're exactly like...
Well, I'm a little unclear on what your point is. What percentage Cherokee are you?
I'm not full blood, but it's not...
Well, how much? I mean, how much of your blood is Cherokee?
About a 16th.
A 16th?
But it's not that. It's what I'm trying to tell you is...
How do you know you're 16th Cherokee? How do you know that for sure?
Because of my bloodline.
Well, no, I mean, who told you? Just so you passed down through the family?
My great-great-grandmother was full-blood.
Uh-huh. Did you know her?
Yes, I knew my great-great. She had...
You knew your great... You met your great-great-great-grandmother? How many greats do you have in there?
Great-great-grandmother.
Great-great? How the hell old was she? And how old were you?
She was up in her hundreds.
In her hundreds? In her hundreds? Like 220? What do you mean her hundreds?
I'm sorry, I just woke up at about 98.
She was about 98.
About 98 or 100 years. But listen to what I'm saying. We created those laws, and when the Patriots came over, they asked if we could use those laws. And we said yes. Now, if you look at it...
What Patriots are you talking about? The Pilgrims?
The Patriots came over from Europe.
The Pilgrims.
Mostly up north more than south, because that was more the Spaniards who were,
Okay.
So they were starting them new colonies, and they needed new laws. And you know, if you'll do the research, you'll find it in YouTube. You have to.
Okay.
But they borrowed that. So what I'm saying is, it just breaks my heart to see those people using the past as an excuse. You know, since that Constitution started with the United States, that all men are created equal.
That's correct. That's correct.
That we are forming a more perfect union. Yes, it was terrible at the time that started. But we don't look back. We're not victims. The Native Americans. I mean, the Cherokees getting more land back. We're teaching our children the language of our ancestors.
Oh, really? Can you speak some Cherokee?
No, not completely. I'm talking about.
I mean, do you know any Cherokee? Like even a word?
Honey, I'm an older woman. I don't get involved in the.
So you don't know any Cherokee? Hey, listen, I gotta run for a break. But thanks for the call. Okay, I gotta run for a commercial break. Okay. 31 minutes after the hour. My name's Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show. Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Oh, man. How would you like to look and feel like you did when you were a young man or a young woman? How would you like to have the energy and sex drive that you had when you were in your 20s? Or do you want to be like Biden? Are you my mommy? Is it Jell-O night? And of course, I'm talking about Dr. Mitch Matez, our anti-aging doctor over at the Bio Station, and hormone replacement pellet therapy. You know, I've been a patient of Dr. Matez for 5 years now, and hormone replacement pellet therapy will change your life, people. It'll restore your energy level to where it was in your 20s. It'll bring back your sex drive. It'll bring back your sexual function. If you have sexual dysfunction, including erectile dysfunction, hormone replacement pellet therapy is the solution for that. And what happens as you grow older, your body reduces the number of hormones that it produces. And what hormone replacement pellet therapy does is exactly what it says. It's completely all natural, and it replaces those hormones to the levels they were when you were in your 20s, and it's all natural. They're tiny little pellets about the size of a grain of rice before you add water to it, and Dr. Matez inserts them right into your hip area, and boom. They just are a miracle, all-natural treatment for both men and women. And you've heard me talk about this. It's an absolutely amazing transformation that I have seen in countless listeners over the years, both men and women who listen to this program. First time I meet them, Steve and I will be at Wings Plus or one of Attorney Barry Siegel's workshops or something, and they come in and they're scooting their feet and they're like, "Oh, hey, Brian, I've been a listener for a long time. Good to meet you." Like Biden. They're like Joe Biden. And then I'll see them down the road, and I can tell from a mile away that they're patients of Dr. Mitch Matez and have begun hormone replacement pellet therapy because they come in, they're standing tall, they have a loud voice. "Hey, Brian, good to meet you. I met you last time. Remember at Wings Plus?" And, now, and I say, "Oh, you're a patient of Dr. Matez. How'd you know?" And I was like, "Because you're standing tall. You're hurting my hand when you shake it." It's an amazing transformation. An amazing transformation. Women, the signs and symptoms of menopause completely stopped and reversed, including the mood swings, night sweats, vaginal dryness, all that gone and reversed. Women, you get your sex drive back too. Now listen, it's a completely free consultation to meet with Dr. Mitch Matez at the biostation if you mention you heard him on the radio. You got to mention that. People that come in that are not from the radio, they pay for that consultation, but it's something that Dr. Mitch Matez offers at no charge to listeners of the Steve Kane Show. Here's the number: 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893. One more time, 561-320-8893. That's Dr. Mitch Matez at the biostation. We'll be right back.
Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080.
Steve Kane Show.
954-753-8080. Debbie can educate and guide you through the many different plans, choices, and cost considerations. I Will Advisors represents all major national insurance companies, not just a single carrier. Get the right coverage for you. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
So you've been told you need a health test. What are you going to have to pay? Health tests can be very expensive. If you go to your doctor's office or one of the big labs, it can cost you hundreds of dollars. Sometimes I haven't had lab tests because of the cost. Then I discovered Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs' goal is to get you all the lab tests you need, save you money, and get you in and out in 15 minutes or less. At Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs, you never need an appointment, no doctor's order or prescription needed either. You can walk right in and have any of their thousands of lab tests done for just a fraction of the price of the big labs or your doctor's office charge. Give them a call, 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. Private and affordable lab testing. 954-906-5983.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices in South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search.
All right, we're back 37 minutes after the hour. My name is Brian Craig. It is the Steve Kane Radio Show. Flow Right is the longest running radio show. We've only scratched the surface. I got a whole stack of stuff, and I've really only mentioned one or two things. But let's take some more calls before I bring up more stuff. Let's go to Richie the bus driver. Hey, Richie.
Yeah, good morning, Brian. I listened to you. I saw that Dan, interview. Okay. My opinion is the guy was 150% right in what he spoke about. And I'll explain why.
Which guy, Bongino or Hawk?
Hawk. And I'm going to explain through my eyes and through what I see, okay? When you have MSNBC, CNN having racists on there, black racists, spilling hate every day, and corporations that all these companies let them get away with it, and they have a platform like that. When you see young black Jews running out of the...
Who? Young black Jews? What did you say when you see young black Jews?
Youth.
Oh, young black youth. Young black youth. I thought you said young black Jews running from something.
Young people running out of department stores in Chicago with handfuls of items. Instead, just do the same thing. You see white anarchists.
I heard what he said. I was just teasing.
And throwing rocks and paintballs at police, where the police come out the next day in Portland, still having stained uniforms full of white paint.
Yeah, well, if you look, we've got the left coast and the right coast, right? So New York, that's the right coast. They're saying blood in the streets if the police enforce the crimes. And out on the left coast in Los Angeles, the police, the LAPD, are saying cooperate with robbers, right? Cooperate with criminals.
There's one common theme here. There's no consequences for blacks anymore or white anarchists. And nobody's been prosecuted. Everyone gets away with it. But guess what? They have Trump people locked up in solitary in the government.
Okay, now I'm glad you brought that up, okay, because we have the D.C. Gitmo where U.S. citizens are being held without due process. The constitutional rights, regardless of your position on that. I'm against the Capitol breach, okay? Unlike Hawk, I condemn violence, I condemn vandalism, I condemn all of that, unlike Hawk from BLM. But still, everyone, even Hawk, if he was arrested for inciting violence, there's due process under the law that's being denied. Now, today, the very great advisor to President Trump is going to surrender. You know who I'm talking about? Going to surrender to the authorities. And he's going to be arrested. Are they going to treat him? Are they going to treat him like the DC Gitmo people? What's going to happen?
Yeah, but here's the deal. If people watch this, Hawk gets away with what he said because there are no consequences to any of the actions. Matter of fact, Hawk is right because Hawk says there'll be blood in the streets. And guess what? If there is, there's nothing being done about it because this country is in a total mess. We are like impotent. We do not, when you break the law here anymore, we don't do anything about it. We let people get away with it, and that's what you get. When you turn your back on people running out of stores with merchandise, that's only the beginning. When you're in Chicago and every weekend 50, 60 people are shot and nobody's arrested, that's the problem. And when they are arrested, they let them go the next day.
Yeah.
Right out of
well, sometimes they're home for dinner.
What's going on with the United States? That's the biggest question. Not about Dan Bongino.
Well, when Steve Bannon, who's going to surrender to federal authorities today and be in front of a federal judge for contempt of Congress for not showing up to the kangaroo committees thing, Bannon, I don't know, and I'll throw this out to you guys in the audience. Are they going to let him out on bail, or are they going to hold him and have the federal agents drag him to the committee to testify? And when will that be? That could be 6 months. And will Bannon be treated the way that the Gitmo DC prisoners are being treated? We don't know.
And that committee is a bunch of hogwash. It's a kangaroo court. It's so totally one-sided, and we gotta get. Every time I see this president get up on TV, now he's gonna have this signing of this bill. And by the way, you just have to look at him. I guarantee you, he won't take questions.
Well, when Biden signs that bill, he's signing away America. We're going to be the biggest. Most people in their life, and there's entire businesses dedicated to this, spend their lives trying to become debt-free. Credit card debt, right? Credit card debt and things like that. There are people out there listening to my voice right now who don't sleep at night because they've got so much credit card debt. And think about it. Biden is going to be. It's all paid for, whatever that crap means. But he's about to sign away America to China and whoever else holds our debt. They're calling him Herbert Hoover, and who was president when the Depression hit. What he's doing today is frightening. Frightening.
You ever seen the United States like this? I've heard you in the past say, there's been bad times, but we've always gotten over it. Have you ever seen anything like this in the last year?
In the last year? Well, it's been a year of this. Have I seen anything like what? What do you mean? Have I seen anything?
With the inflation going crazy, with nobody worked, with people not working, with them telling...
Well, I went... this is a strange thing. I went on Saturday to Chipotle at noon, and the door was locked. They were only taking mobile orders, and they couldn't even maintain those. And the reason is they can't find enough people to hire. The young people that typically take those kind of jobs aren't taking them. And I don't know what's going on here. I've never seen a phase. I've never seen what's going on now happen where people are not working and businesses don't have enough employees. There's been unemployment in the past, but now we're in something that's very strange. I guess you call it underemployment.
Because the White House says if you want your employees back, you're just going to have to pay them more. That's their...
Oh, yeah.
You pay them.
Yeah.
You pay them more. Guess what? The hamburger goes up at McDonald's. Chipotle chicken goes up because it's going up anyway. And then people don't go to restaurants. So what happens to the restaurants? They close up. It's just...
And then nobody has a job. Yeah. All right, take care. I mean, there's crazy stuff going on here. He asked, have I seen a period like this? I don't think we've ever seen anything like this. And the reason is, I was talking about this the other day, and this is a common theme you'll hear me talk about with the Biden regime. They just don't care. There's zero empathy. There's zero empathy from the White House to the situations of, like gas prices. Psaki's back, right? Psaki in the press conference of the day, she's talking about inflation and gas prices, which are basically the same. But she was asked a question about gas prices and a question about inflation, and their answer is a variation of the same. We're monitoring the situation. What do you mean they're monitoring the situation? They're not doing anything about it because they don't care. They don't care for a lot of reasons. Listen, I'm going to take the last break of the first hour of the program, but we're here for 2 hours and 15 minutes more just today. Oh, man. Plus, I got my podcast. Don't forget, catch my podcast, the Brian Craig Show podcast, on most podcast platforms. I also upload it to my YouTube channel, Brian Craig on YouTube. And my wife, Kath, and I will have a new podcast episode today. I usually upload my podcast to YouTube around 6 p.m., because here it's 6 a.m. live, and then at 6 p.m. in the afternoon, it goes up on YouTube. So check that out. All right, listen, we'll take our break. When we get back, there is a lot more to talk about. Do not go anywhere. Again, my name is Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. We'll be right back.
Hi, everyone. Brian Craig here. I'm in studio with Scott from Cut.
If you're new here, make sure you subscribe.
Install radiant barrier in people's attics. It saves them money every month on their electric bill forever. But right now, you're offering a huge discount. Why are you able to save Steve Kane listeners so much on radiant barrier right now?
Winter is just about upon us, and our guys are able to move really quick, really fast, really efficient in your attic. So if you need any work up in your attic, such as radiant barrier to cut your electric bill 30 to 40%, if you need insulation work, if you need duct work, now's the time to call. At this time of the year, because the attic's much, much cooler, the guys are just much more efficient. We literally get done with the work in like half the time that it normally takes when it's hot out. Because in the summer, literally, you can only work in the attic for maybe an hour at a time, then you have to take a break. So, there's a lot of people that have been looking at their big electric bills all year. Radiant barrier literally cuts the temperature in your attic 30 to 40%. It cuts your AC run time in half. It lowers the temperature in your garage 10 to 15 degrees. A lot of people have their air conditioning starts up and the ducts blow out hot air for the first couple minutes. Radiant barrier, when it lowers the temperature in the attic and stops that radiant energy transfer from heating up the ducts, it stops all of that.
Take advantage of those huge winter discounts right now. Save money every month on your electric bill forever. 954-939-1500. 954-939-1500. No matter where you are in the state of Florida, from the Panhandle to Key West and everywhere in between, give them a call. 954-939-1500. Online, cutmykilowatts.com. When you need drug or STD testing, you want to keep it private. After all, that's no one's business but yours. At Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs, they guarantee the lowest prices on all of their thousands of tests, and all of their testing is completely confidential. Drug and STD testing start at just $49. Drug testing results are available on the spot. No appointment necessary, no doctor's order or prescription, and be in and out in 15 minutes or less. If you have any questions, call Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs, 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show. Mike Lindell and MyPillow, banned by over 20 retailers, has lost over $65 million in revenue this year already. Boycotts are being pushed by the left. Stand with Mike Lindell. Support MyPillow and the thousands and thousands who work with Mike Lindell. Visit MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener specials, and use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout for incredible savings. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at mypillow.com. Support Mike Lindell and MyPillow. Don't let the tech giants, don't let the left, and don't let the media cancel Mike Lindell and MyPillow. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at mypillow.com.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
Hey guys, welcome back. 49 minutes after the hour, I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Welcome back, one and all. Okay, now, Bidenflation. Is that what, Bidenflation? I didn't coin that. I'm not going to even attempt to take credit for it. I've seen that in some news stories. Inflation, Bidenflation. And, you know, the reason that it's called Bidenflation isn't just because Biden's in the White House right now. Biden is actively doing things to cause it. He says, I don't care. Giving the middle finger to us. He doesn't care. Just doesn't care. I'll work harder. Work more. Get your boss to pay you more. Oh, that inflation. Don't you all have bereavement deals too? Come on. Have your kid paint and sell the art for more than Picasso and Jackson Pollock. There's all kinds of ways to make ends meet. Stephanie Ruhle, who apparently, she's been on MSNBC for a long time. She is now NBC News' senior business correspondent. I didn't realize this. She's a millionaire-is. She's a millionaire-is, Stephanie Ruhle, and she's the senior business correspondent at MS-13BC. MS-DNC, as President Trump calls them. And she's talking about inflation with a smile on her face. Listen to this. This is MSNBC's senior business correspondent, Stephanie Ruhle, who I don't know if she's a smoker or not, but she looks like she smokes about 10 packs a day. You know, smokers, I am not a smoker, people. I am not a smoker, thankfully so. But smokers, it really affects their skin. It turns, and I know some of you probably are smokers. You know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry to draw attention, but it turns your skin into a strange color and makes it leathery, and it's all that. I think it has something to do with all the smoke in your face doing something to the cells. She just reminds me of someone that looks, well, she looks like she smokes 10 packs a day. I don't know that she does, but here is Stephanie Ruhle, NBC News senior business correspondent, talking about inflation. It's no big deal. Come on, man. Listen to this.
Stephanie joins me now live. Steph, it's great to see you. As you say, inflation's over 6%, numbers we haven't seen in more than 30 years. So how much higher can these prices go, and when do you see them coming down?
Well, listen, Willie, nobody knows exactly when they're going down, but you have to put all this in perspective. This inflation is not in isolation, and the government predicts...
Oh, this inflation isn't in isolation. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Oh, that solves it all. This inflation isn't in isolation. Yeah, but I can't afford food or shoes for my kid's school. Yeah, but this is not in isolation. Oh, okay. The freak is she talking about? You know, this is their senior business correspondent. See, this is what happens when people live in this strange world. This inflation isn't in isolation. Oh, well, I'm glad you solved that, Stephanie Ruhle. Now I understand. Oh, okay. Oh, what an idiot.
Do you see them coming down?
Well, listen, Willie, nobody knows exactly when they're going down, but you have to put all this in perspective. This inflation is not in isolation, and the government predicted it was going to be a challenging recovery.
Recovery from what? What are we recovering from? She's gonna blame it on COVID. Watch. They blame everything on COVID. I wait in line at Walmart. You complain, oh, well, it's COVID, right? You order something, you're supposed to have it in a week, it takes 6 weeks. Oh, well, COVID. Everybody blames COVID for everything. What are we recovering from? President Trump had us in a perfect country when he left office. Perfect country. No supply chain problems. Think about this. The economy of the planet Earth shut down for a couple of months last year, and other than toilet paper, the supply chain was fine. Now look what's going on. But of course, since the inflation is not in isolation, it's okay. What a moron.
And the government predicted it was going to be a challenging recovery, all tied to do so. Household savings hit a record high over the pandemic. We didn't really have anywhere to go out and spend. And as we said a moment ago, we're expecting retail sales this holiday season to break records. For those who own their homes, the value of our homes are up. And while the stock market isn't the economy, you got over half of American households with some investment in the markets, and the markets have hit record highs. So we need to put all of this in perspective. This time last year, when you and I were talking, Willie, nobody had a vaccine. Now 200 million Americans do, and we're seeing this push of demand, and that's pushing up pricing.
Oh, that's pushing up pricing. We can afford it. You can afford it, lady. You are worth millions of dollars. You're on national television and work for MSNBC and NBC News. Most people are not millionaires. Never heard any. I mean, this is their chief business correspondent? Are you kidding me? We can afford it. We got the money. No, we don't. Right out of the textbook. Right out of a textbook on economics, Economics 101. She knows everything. Oh my goodness. And you know what's frightening? That makes sense to her. In her world, everyone's a millionaires. They don't care, people. Zero empathy. Zero empathy. Grin and bear it. The media are in the business of one thing and one thing only. Covering Biden's tail. Biden could come out. Well, I'm not going to say that. I almost said something I would have not wanted to say on the radio. But whatever he does, they'll cover for him. Because inflation is not in isolation. So if you can't buy new shoes for your kid and it's Christmas and you can't afford you can't afford the new tablet or iPad, hey, next year grandma's going to get a $12 raise on her Social Security every month. Oh my Lord. These people. And it makes sense to them. And Willie Geist is like, yeah, all right, thank you for clarifying everything. 1-888-GO-KANE-1. In the next hour, I'm going to play for you. I'm not even going to describe what it is until I get to it. But at the top of the hour, after the top of the hour break, I'm going to share with you a piece of audio that is going to anger you and scare you. Because we're in a new America, people, and I've got a piece of audio. Let me make sure I have it before I do the big hype. Hold on. Yes, okay. Don't want to do the hype and don't have it queued up. After the top of the hour break, I'm going to play you a piece of audio that is, well, it's the new America that we're living in. It will frighten you. It'll anger you. You'll have varied emotions. You may not know how to react to it, but you won't want to miss it. It's a new America, people. Biden's America. Wait till you hear this. Oh, my goodness. Right after the top of the hour. Now, those of you watching on YouTube can see I am wearing today to work my MyPillow bathrobe. I was wearing this around the house this morning, and it's in the 50s. It was 58 degrees when I left the house. I don't know what it is now. I haven't checked, but it was in the 50s. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to put on a jacket. I'm going to wear my MyPillow bathrobe to the radio station this morning because it is so comfortable. It is so comfortable. And, the MyPillow bathrobe at MyPillow.com with our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, is 30% off. It's a great deal. It comes in many different colors. They have a whole bunch of new colors. Comes in styles for both men and women. And also the MyPillow bathrobe comes in two different types, heavy and light. I'm wearing the heavyweight MyPillow bathrobe, but you can get the lightweight one too. And they have different styles for both men and women. This is the perfect Christmas gift, people, for whoever is on your gift-giving list. Husbands and wives, buy 2 of them for your spouse for Christmas. One for you and one for them. My wife and I, we both have MyPillow bathrobes. I'm wearing the gray one, but they come in many colors, blues, white, burgundy, brown, many other colors too. My wife has the ladies' robe, which is white, which comes in all the same colors as the men's robes, as well as pink, the pretty in pink. And my wife has white, I have gray, and it's still a robe set. We just like different colors, that's all. I've had this robe for many, many months. I have washed it many, many times, and it looks like the day I got it, because everything Mike Lindell makes is of high quality. That's right. It comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee as well. Not that you'll use it, because you're going to love it. And whoever you give this bathrobe to for Christmas, they're going to love it too. So go to mypillow.com, use the promo code Kane, 30% off the perfect Christmas gift, the My Pillow bathrobe. You can also order it by phone. Here's the number, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane at checkout. K-A-N-E. 1 hour down, 2 to go. We'll be right back.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Do you want immune advice from a licensed professional with 30
Steve Kane
plus
Show.
years experience? Someone who's counseled thousands of clients.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Nutrient formulas and is available at no charge. That's me, Janet Cimarelli, licensed nutrition counselor. Call me at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop at Festival Marketplace for your free counseling appointment. 954-317-1851. 954-317-1851.
We all know how beautiful and lush Florida is, with the abundance of trees and bushes. But if you want your home to look great, all of that greenery needs to be trimmed and well kept. So when it comes to trimming your trees, you want a pro, one who knows how to cut, when to cut, and the difference in each type of tree. And the best in South Florida are the professionals at GoPro Professional Property Care. With over 50 years of experience in South Florida, they know what's best for your trees and how to make your home look spectacular. With all the electrical wiring around, tree trimming is too dangerous to do yourself and requires a professional that you will not find by hiring just some guy with a truck who knocks on your front door. In fact, tree trimming is so much more than just cutting branches. It's about maintenance and keeping your trees healthy and having curb appeal. GoPro Professional Property Care is licensed and insured, available 24/7 for any tree emergency. GoPro does it all too: tree trimming, pruning, tree removal, stump grinding, root removal, lawn care, and installation. And that's just the start of what they do. Call Nathan. He's Steve Kane's personal tree trimmer, and now he wants to work with you. 954-680-7739. He's also available for condos, HOAs, and businesses. 954-680-7739. 954-680-7739. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. 954-680-7739.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an unbiased comparison of all your Medicare health insurance options. I Will Advisors specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries on every available option to ensure you make the right choice for your needs. Call us directly at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll-free, dial 1-888-GO-KANE-1. That's 1-888-GO-KANE-1. And now...
All right, hour number 2 has begun. Yes, my name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show, on the radio since 1977. All right. This next piece of audio, I want to caution you, and I'm serious about this. This is disturbing. It I've heard it several times now. I saw it yesterday because it's a video. I've pulled the audio off of video, and this morning I've seen it 3 or 4 more times because I had to get the audio off of it and everything. And I get more and more upset every time. My first reaction, and you're going to go through some different reactions with this. My first reaction, and I think this will be the reaction of most of you out there, is going to be anger and outrage. But then you're going to be sad and sick and concerned and worried. Now, Steve and I recently had a good close friend of ours pass away from COVID. You guys know about that. But Steve and I have also had some friends who have been on death's door with COVID and have survived because they got the monoclonal treatment. Multiple friends of ours. One, many of you know Dr. Janae Lamaski, who you hear on the radio here Saturdays at 11 with Al Knight. She had COVID. She was sick. She got the monoclonal treatment. Saved her life. She recovered next day. You guys hear Rabbi David calls in too. Monoclonal treatment saved his life. Harrison Smith in Texas made this video. He went to get the monoclonal treatment, the life-saving treatment. It saved the life of President Trump when he had the COVID. Harrison Smith posted this video, which I'm going to play the audio of, to Twitter. A nurse who is African American, and that is important for the context of the story, denied him life-saving monoclonal antibody treatment. He's white, she's black. She denied him life-saving monoclonal antibody treatment. And I'm not making this up. You're going to hear her say it. Because he's white. You heard me. Because he's white. And she's not even apologetic about it. Listen. This is the audio.
So I'm not going to be able to get it today? Because I don't qualify? Yep. What if I like smoke and vape? I heard that was no? Okay. But if I were black and Hispanic, then I'd be able to qualify? Okay. I'm being denied medical service because of my race, is that?
That's the criteria.
Yeah.
So what I do, I go around and make sure everyone knows the criteria.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the criteria that was set forth. When you're 65, you'll be good. But nope, you're healthy. And you're healthy and no medical conditions. So research showed that you should be able to fight off COVID.
Research shows you should be able to fight off COVID. No life-saving monoclonal treatment for you.
Conditions. So research showed that you should be able to fight off COVID. Maybe it's for someone else, may preclude them a little more, make them a little more susceptible to being worse. Any questions?
No, I guess not.
All right, you was hurt?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. No, you heard it. You hear the nurse. Black nurse just denied a white man life-saving medical treatment because he's white. Could you imagine? Could you imagine a white nurse walking in and denying someone who's African American life-saving medical treatment because they're black? And statistics show when Obamacare was being debated, John Roberts, I hope you're proud of yourself, jerk. We were talking about death panels, and and liberals would say, "I've read the bill," which nobody did, but it doesn't say. I don't see any death. They don't have a section that says death panels. The system itself is a death panel. This is Biden's new America, where there's too many uppity white people, so we're going to deny them life-saving medical treatment. That's what she says. You're white. He even tried to get it by saying, well, I vape. Well, no, you're white. No. Studies show you'll survive COVID. Yeah, but what if I don't? Well, yeah, we got to save it for black people and brown people. and those over 65. Wow. If I went to that woman with COVID, I'd be dead. I'd be a dead man. And I'm going to tell you right now, I know for a fact, and I use this example because you know who she is. Dr. Janae Lemaski was very sick with COVID. Monoclonal antibody treatment saved her life. She'd be dead today probably if it were not for it. She's under 65 and she's white. If she went to that facility in Texas for it, she wouldn't have gotten it. Because this nurse said, no, white, studies show you'll survive. One 1-888-GO-KANE-1. K-A-N-E and the number 1. 888-465-2631. I want to hear your thoughts on that death panel. That racist death panel. And I tell you, you hear Harrison there. He had his phone going. I did tweet this. It's making the rounds. This should be the top and bottom of the hour story on CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News, Newsmax, One American News, and everything else. A death panel for white people in Texas being denied life-saving monoclonal antibody treatment because study shows. What study is that? Hawk from BLM that walked off Bongino? Is that his study? What the hell are they talking about? Good friend of ours just died from COVID. You know what? He was white and under 65. You're on the radio. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian.
Hey, Andrea.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
So, for as disgusting as that is, and it's pretty disgusting, that's going to be the norm now. But
oh, the new normal. The new normal is white people are denied life-saving medical treatment?
Well, yeah, right? Because this is...
What other superpowers do we white people have? Because one of them is surviving COVID, apparently. So what other superhuman powers do we have that I'm unaware of?
Yeah, well, this is the problem. First of all, I heard the tape, but did she say that this is the protocol?
Yeah. Yeah, let me play it again. Let's play it one more time because I know people are in shock. Let's play it again. This is a white man in Texas being denied life-saving monoclonal treatment from an African-American nurse because he's white.
So I'm not going to be able to get it today? Because I don't qualify?
Yep.
What if I like smoke and vape? I heard that was No? Okay. What if I were black and Hispanic? Then I'd be able to qualify? Okay. So I'm being denied medical service because of my race? Is that...
That's the criteria?
Yeah.
So what I do, I go around and make sure everyone meets the criteria.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the criteria that was set forth.
But of course, he met the criteria as soon as she saw his skin.
Fine, you'll be good. But nope, you're healthy. And you're healthy and no medical conditions. So research showed that you should be able to fight off COVID. Maybe it's for someone else, may preclude them a little more, make them a little more susceptible to being worse with COVID. Any questions?
No, I guess not.
All right, you with her?
Yep.
I'm going to have to identify as black when I go for life-saving treatment now, Andrea.
Okay, so wait a minute. That was a very interesting thing that she said there, that he did not meet the criteria.
Because he's white.
Well, so that means that there's already an established protocol.
Yeah.
And my question would be, who put it in place? And what is it? Because the public now needs to know that.
Well, what I also want to know is this. This was Texas. Okay, where the hell's Greg Abbott on this? Greg Abbott needs to get on top of this right now.
Greg Abbott hasn't been on top of any.
Well, let's find out. He needs to get on top of this right quick.
There should be outrage across this country. And this is
true racial discrimination here. This is an example of true racial discrimination, being denied life-saving medical treatment because you're white.
And you know who voted for that? Democratic voters. And you know who supported it? Republicans.
I don't know if people thought this would happen. I mean, and look, she's even unemotional. What are you going to do? Get out of here, white boy. No treatment for you.
This is the thing that's been concerning me more and more, Brian, is the Biden regime keeps making these definitive statements. Like, how does John Kerry know that by 2030 we're going to be free of coal? How does he know that?
He just makes crap up, John Kerry. He just makes stuff up, just like when he came back from his 3-month tour of Vietnam, you know, basically a tourist, and he was bashing U.S. service personnel in Vietnam, calling them war criminals in a congressional hearing, the famous Genghis Khan tape. He just makes crap up all the time, John Kerry. He's a complete fraud.
It goes beyond that, Brian, and this is why. Because Biden has overridden the Supreme Court how many times now? Numerous times.
Well, I don't want to get sidetracked on too much. I mean, but on different things. I want to take some of the calls, Andre. But this is, I verified that in multiple sources before I shared it with you, even though it's video. I got this yesterday, and that's sick. Have any of you seen this on television? I had this yesterday. Has it been on TV? And it's in video form. Well, you know what? Stop patting Peter Doocy on the back for his greatness. Okay, stop doing victory laps and it's Jesse Waters' world and all this stuff, and report some freaking news, Fox. Okay, this'll.
He's selling books.
Everybody's got a book. Harris Falk. Everybody's got a book on Fox. How about get some news stories?
Well, they're the home shopping channel for
books.
Conservative books.
Books. All right, Andrea, take care. Thanks for the call. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike.
You know, the liberals are under the mistaken identity that only white people are racist.
Well, hold on. Slow down. Hold on. They assume that white people are racist. I'm not a racist. Are you a racist?
Racist either, because
well, why do you think they are denying life-saving medical treatment to white people based on the fact that they're white? Why do you think they're really doing that?
I have no idea. They shouldn't be, but they are.
Because they think white people have had it good for long enough. So it's time. Chickens come home to roost now. Now it's time. Now it's time to, it's our turn now. It's our time. It's our turn. There's too many of you.
Yeah, thanks, Jeremiah Wright.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, this whole racism thing. I want to say it's played out because they've kind of brought it.
Well, they have some medical study that shows that white people are more likely to survive COVID than African Americans. Okay? I know white people and black people that I'm personal friends with that have had COVID. And out of everyone that I know that's had COVID, 2 have died, and both of them were white. Okay? Everyone else I know that has had COVID has survived. And I know multiple black people that have had COVID that are alive. The only 2 people in my circle that have died were white. And if they went to this lady in Texas, they wouldn't have gotten the life-saving monoclonal treatment because they're white and under 65.
The 2 times when I went and got my shot, both of my shots, both of the people that gave me my shots, one was a male, one was a female, they were both black.
Okay, I don't even know what you're. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Good morning. You're on the radio. I think the audience. I think the listeners are numb. I think they're in shock. I think they haven't been able to even process this craziness. I understand. So go ahead. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm Dave from Huntington Beach in California.
Hey, what's up?
Well, I can't. Is this a VA facility? Is this just a regular HMO? What is this place?
We don't have a lot of information on that. It's a monoclonal facility in Texas, which are all over the place. We have them here where people, when they have COVID, they go and get the monoclonal treatment. If you get it within the first few days, it's most effective. And it's one of those places.
Well, my next question would be, thank you very much. Where's your supervisor? And who came up? And which study? Can you quote the study?
I'm not quoting studies. When I go to a healthcare facility, and I need medical treatment, I don't have time for medical studies. Okay? What I need is treatment. Because she's a racist. She's a racist, don't you get it? She's a racist. If she were a decent person, she'd ignore that. You don't deny people medical treatment based on skin color. And this is, by the way, this isn't an aspirin. This is a life-saving medical treatment.
Definitely over the edge.
And she's not even a doctor. She's a nurse.
That's the other thing that's happening. There's too many nurse practitioners and stuff.
I didn't say nurse practitioner. She's not a nurse practitioner. She's a nurse.
Maybe she's just the receptionist at the gate.
No, she's a nurse. She's a nurse, and she just sent a man home without life-saving treatment. You're on your own. What other things are white people more likely to survive a gunshot wound or a car accident? Do you deny them treatment too?
It could be. Who knows? I mean, the whole thing is a nightmare. And is there any comments about Mayor Pete, or are you not interested in that?
I mean, what the comment on Mayor Pete? He's an incompetent jerk who thinks he's the first gay man to do anything?
Well, no, I just think that obviously, the rest of us, I was in sales for many years for national companies, Panasonic and all those guys. Anyways.
Panasonic, is that still a company?
They're not a great one, that's for sure.
Panasonic still is in existence? What do they sell? What were you, a hi-fi salesman? What'd you sell? 8-tracks?
Actually, I was in the disk drive division where they did the
disk drive. Oh my goodness, you're older than you sound. So, what's your comments on Mayor Pete?
Anyways, but the whole thing about Mayor Pete is, the rest of us who have real jobs that aren't government, we go on vacation, and if you're in sales, you're always still checking back with your home office about what's going on and what issues are going on. And when government workers go on vacations, they never have to call in. Nobody cares. And obviously,
well, he's not just a government worker. He is the secretary of an entire federal agency, and he just went away for a couple months. Hey, listen, thanks for the call, California. If you're on hold, stand by. I want to try to stay focused here. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
Hi, Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing, and Building Restoration. We survived the 2021 hurricane season. Now it's time to get your
Steve Kane Show
envelope ready for the next season. Laporta
Hold on.
Contracting
Steve Kane Show.
All types of roofs, from asphalt,
Hold on.
clay, and concrete, standing metal seam, flat roofs, and slate tile systems. Our building restoration offers complete envelope protection to include siding, stucco, concrete restoration, impact windows and doors, weatherproofing, and painting. Laporta Contracting serves single-family, multifamily, HOAs, and commercial properties. Call Laporta Contracting today for a free evaluation and estimate, and go to our website to see our team and past customer videos at laportacontracting.com. Our number is 954-604-4602. That number again is 954-604-4602. And thanks for listening to the Steve Kane Show.
Traveling and need a COVID test? Maybe you need a COVID test for work or school. Stop by Any Lab Test Now of Boca or Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. They offer all the COVID testing panels you need at the lowest prices, including the antibody test. Results in 15 minutes. Any Lab Test Now of Boca is located in the Sandalfoot Plaza, where Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsborough on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Call 561-237-5009. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University Drive in Ramblewood, near the Coral Square Mall in Coral Springs.
Wesley, $5 super chat. Thank you, Wesley. Everyone thank Wesley for that super chat. Good morning, Brian. Where is Obama, Jackson, Sharpton, and other civil rights leaders on the Texas story? Good question. Good question. They're covering the Aubrey case.
One of our listeners, Antonio, went to Friendly Tire and called to share with us his experience of buying used tires at Friendly Tire in Margate.
Good morning. You're on the radio.
Hey, yes, Brian. I want to give you
Mayor Pete is just a weird guy.
Friendly Tire. Friendly Tire is everything you said it would be, man. I went up there and got me some used tires. And when I went up there, man, he was very courteous. My whole family's going for now, man. It's everything you said it was going to be, man. I appreciate you for that, man. And Mike's a great guy, man.
Well, what's your name?
Antonio.
All right, Antonio. Hey, I'm glad we could save you and your family lots of money on tires at Friendly Tire.
Oh, no doubt, man. Thanks so much, man.
Do what Antonio did. Stop into Friendly Tire and find incredible deals on both new and used tires. Give Friendly Mike a call right now. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. And Mike will give you a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445 for Friendly Tire in Margate.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for W.
Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Rabbi David.
Oh, hey, Rabbi David. Oh, man, good thing you're not in Texas. No treatment for you.
Before I got that monoclonal treatment, I called up. They said go to the hospital. So I called up 2 hospitals here in Boca and said to them, can I get the treatment? And they said, well, you'll come down. And I don't know what the criteria was, but they said only if you meet the criteria. That was here in Boca. So I didn't want to take my chances, and I went to a private doctor, paid cash, and a lot of cash, and got it for me and my wife.
Yeah, but you're on a timer. You're on a stopwatch. By the time you know you got it till you get that treatment, I mean, what's your thought? They deny this woman, this nurse, denied a white man in Texas life-saving monoclonal treatment. She said because he's white.
Isn't it weird that on one hand they say you're going to survive it by yourself, and on the other hand, it's mandated to get the vaccine.
Well, I don't want to get sidetracked. I tell you, this audio, I think I've taken several calls since I played it, and everyone's kind of off on a different thing here. I think you and everybody else that's called me, I've had 12 hours or so more to soak this up. I think everyone's in shock and cannot believe what they heard. That a black nurse denied someone life-saving treatment because he's white. And there's video and audio of it. And I think it's hard to process.
By the way, he had the foresight to go ahead and video it. I mean, did this woman know she was being videotaped and was just proud of telling the criteria?
No, the video, the camera looked like it was like hidden on his lap or in his hand facing up at her. It's guerrilla journalism. But this audio... This video should be all... Have you seen it on TV yet?
No, but picture it the other way around. What if she said, I'm sorry, you're black, you're Hispanic, you cannot...
I would be playing it on the radio, too, and I would have the same position, and that nurse would be arrested, probably.
Would be. No, but MSNBC would be playing it 24 hours a day, nonstop.
Correct.
Big cycle. You know, and let me tell you, that monoclonal... I just spoke to someone last night, where we had dinner... Some friends last night, person who came from New York, and she said she had the Regeneron, which is the monoclonal, and saved her life. That's what I mean. It's like everybody gets. And by the way, the other thing is, no one even talks about this as a therapeutic. This is a.
Well, I don't want to get sidetracked. Hey, Rabbi, thanks for the call. Well, let me play the audio one more time before we take calls. If you're on hold, stand by. One opening on the board. For people that are just tuning in, this is a white man in Texas. Went to a monoclonal facility in Texas and was denied life-saving monoclonal treatment. The nurse said because he's white. Here he is talking to the nurse about it.
So I'm not going to be able to get it today? Because I don't qualify?
Yep.
What if I like smoke and vape? I heard that was
Negative.
No? Okay. But if I were black and Hispanic,
Right.
then I'd be able to qualify? Okay.
Yep. She said yep. If I'm black or Hispanic, I qualify. She said yep.
Or black and Hispanic,
Right.
then I'd be able to qualify? Okay. I'm being denied medical service because of my race, is that?
That's the criteria.
Yeah.
So what I do, I go around and make sure everyone meets the criteria.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the criteria that was set forth. If you were 65, you'll be good. But nope, you're healthy. And you're healthy and no medical conditions. So research showed that you should be able to fight off COVID.
You should be able to fight off COVID. All those white privileged superpowers.
Someone else may preclude them a little more, make them a little more susceptible to being worse with COVID. Any questions?
No, I guess not.
All right, you with her?
Yeah.
You know, if that nurse were a decent person, she'd give him the treatment anyway, or at least have some regret. I'm so sorry. I want to give you the treatment, but this doctor won't give me the treatment because she doesn't even care. In fact, she's proud. Yep. Next. She made the decision he wasn't going to get treatment the moment he walked in the facility. They just went through the motions. Let's take some calls. Let's try to stick to this, though, people. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. I'm Julie from North Carolina.
Julie in North Carolina. What's your take on this?
Well, I'm surprised you're shocked if you haven't been paying attention. This is what equity is, and if you look up the American Medical Association...
Now, slow down. What do you mean? So I'm only supposed to talk about things that I'm shocked about? No, I ain't. You're not shocked? A black nurse went up to a white guy and said, no life-saving treatment for you because you're white. I'm not supposed to be shocked? You're surprised I'm shocked? Have you ever seen audio or video of that ever before? I haven't.
American Medical Association's plan to embed racial justice and health. You should look it up online. It's the official policy.
Okay, so we just sucked that up?
Also, when Jen Psaki, when they took the antibodies away from Florida, she said, we need them for equity for communities of brown and black people. She said that right on the stand. And this is the way it's going to be. And it's really no different than equity and everything else. This is going to be the same way. This is if you need a loan for business.
I don't like this thing. I'm surprised you're shocked if you read your medical association journals. I mean, what are you not supposed to talk about the news and what's going on because you're not shocked? I'm a little surprised. I'm shocked at you. You're a nice lady. I know you're MAGA, but I'm shocked at you. You're just accepting it? Well, I've read the medical journals and this is just equity. This is insane. What is wrong with you? Why are you not upset about this?
I was upset about it when Trump made a...
Oh my, enough. Oh, I'm not shocked if you read the criteria from the American Medical Association. Oh my goodness, North Carolina. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
And it's your reality check. It's Al in Coral Springs. You need a reality check this morning, dude. None of your people are agreeing with you because they are not buying.
Oh, okay, so you agree. Okay, so you agree with this nurse that a white person should not receive life-saving medical treatment.
First of all...
Yes or no? Do you agree with what the nurse said?
First of all, she said you need to be 65. Second of all, when she was trying to give...
Now, only if you're white. She said to him, if he were black or Hispanic and everything else were the same, including his age, he'd get it.
When she tried to explain it to him again...
No, excuse me. He said, if I were black or Hispanic, would I get it? And she said, yep. Is that right? Is that the right thing, Al?
I saw my black boyfriend last night because you're tripping.
Let me tell you something. I understand. Excuse me, Al. Let me tell you something. Get off the phone. How dare you talk about my child? Because you can't own up to your own beliefs. At least this sick Texas nurse is honest. Screw you, and don't talk about my child again like that, you pig. What a disgusting person. He's worse than the nurse. The nurse at least owns it. I got to take a break. If you're on hold, stand by. My name's Brian. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show. There's only one opening on the board. At 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
Open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an unbiased comparison of all your Medicare health insurance options. I Will Advisors specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries on every available option to ensure you make the right choice for your needs. Call us directly at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
If you suffer with diabetes, there's a 25% chance that you'll develop a foot ulcer that can lead to severe health consequences, including amputation. At the sole authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own therapeutic shoes and custom inserts. Medicare recipients are entitled to 1 pair of quality diabetic shoes and 3 custom inserts. Call the sole authority today, 954-597-7060.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio.
We have a full board of calls, not one opening on the board right now. And before I go back to the calls, I'm wearing my MyPillow bathrobe right now. Those of you watching on YouTube can see it. Hey, my MyPillow bathrobe. I'm fully dressed underneath the bathrobe. I was wearing this around the house this morning to keep warm at home, and then I checked the temperature before I left the house and saw it was 58 degrees, and instead of wearing a jacket to work, I wore my bathrobe, and and I'm wearing my MyPillow bathrobe, which makes the perfect Christmas gift for anyone on your gift-giving list. They come in every size imaginable. They have styles for both men and women. My robe is gray, and it is the heavy robe. They also have a lightweight robe. They have a bunch of new colors, too. Pink for the ladies, white, browns, burgundies, blues, many new colors, everything in stock right now. And when you use our promo code KANE at checkout at MyPillow.com, 30% off the MyPillow bathrobe. You heard me, 30% off the MyPillow bathrobe. And I love it. I mean, this is so comfortable. I've been wearing it for hours and hours this morning, and it's keeping me warm, too. But again, this is the heavy one. If you're watching on YouTube, they have the lightweight one. Mine is gray. My wife has the white one. This is a great Christmas gift, and if you're buying one for your significant other, buy 2 of them. One for you, one for them. And they don't have to be the same color. My wife and I have separate colors, and we bought them at the same time. 30% off with the promo code KANE at checkout. And again, I've had this robe for months and months and months, washed it many, many, many times, and it looks brand new, just like the day I got it, doesn't it? Everything Mike Lindell makes is of high quality. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
George, Fort Lauderdale. I am shocked, but I'm not surprised. The AMA used to take the Hippocratic Oath seriously, and every doctor with whom I'm...
Well, what do you think about this nurse? I mean, what is your take on that exchange?
Violating the Hippocratic Oath by refusing treatment to a sick person. And that is unambiguous, and I think very little of her, and I would think...
Well, she didn't... I don't think she made that up. You know, Greg Abbott, where the hell's Greg Abbott? She said this is the criteria. She's in Texas. I don't think she made that up.
Oh, no, she didn't make it up, but she was following orders.
Oh, Nurse Eichmann here. Nurse Ava Braun here. Okay, I get it. Just following orders. Oh, I get it. Oh, okay.
Have to. Well, I think I'm on her side.
Of course not. I'm being sarcastic.
Okay, well, my father was a doctor, and my grandfather also, and we went through Germany and so forth, and he is Jewish, of course, and he treated former Nazis because he was.
Well, of course. If you are a doctor and a nurse in an emergency room, 2 gunshot victims come in. One was shot after this guy raped her. The rapist is there. He's shot. You treat the rapist, and in fact, you treat the rapist first if he's closer to death, right? Isn't that the way it works in the ER? You know, what the hell? And you know, when this nurse here, there's a in broadcasting, there's something called, there's a term called smile in your voice. You know, smile in your, she's like gleeful. So if I were black or Hispanic, I'd get treatment. Yep. She said, yep. She was all excited, and she, yep. What the hell? Have you seen this on television yet? I had this yesterday afternoon. Did you see this on TV yet? Anyone seen this on TV? Where the hell's Fox News? Congratulating themselves on 25 years again? What are they doing?
All right, well, good job.
Okay. Good morning, you're on the radio. Good morning. Yeah, now, yes, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Joan from Virginia.
Now, Joan, you're on the same line. You were on the same line that Al from Coral Springs was on. That disgusting guy before the break. So hopefully, this line is clear to the filth. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm a retired nurse, and I am shaking in outrage and total outrage at her reaction. I mean, for 42 years, you put everything aside. You treat people with no prejudice whatsoever, or you're not an effective nurse. She should lose
Teresa,
her license
$5 super chat. Thank you.
And if this is
One of the Communist 45 goals is to do away with all loyalty oaths. Oh my goodness.
They're going by, then this is proof that.
Well, I got to tell you, Greg Abbott should be where this happened with the state troopers and the Texas Rangers, whoever the hell is there, and get to the bottom of this crap today. Has anyone died because they wouldn't give them the treatment out there? I don't know. Oh, no. We've got the Aubrey case. Rittenhouse may go free. We got to talk about Steve Bannon surrendering today. Come on.
To talk about propaganda constantly, because that's all the news does anymore is propaganda. And they'll probably never even cover this. But oh my God, this is, I've never heard of anything so outrageous.
Let me tell you something, okay? I expect Tucker Carlson to do this tonight. If this is not on Fox News, this video, this guy recorded this on his cell phone, and she did not know she was being recorded. If this isn't on by noontime during Outnumbered with Harris Faulkner, I'm going to be plenty ticked. They all know about it. I know about it. Fox News producers and people know about it.
Telling.
And I'm sick of this stuff. I'm sorry, I get angry. I have some pet peeves. I'm not going to tell you what they are because you'll use them against me, but I'm going to give you one. That one caller from North Carolina. Are you surprised? Well, what the hell does that mean? Yeah, I am surprised, by the way. But are you surprised? Oh, okay, well, let's not talk about it then because it's not surprising. If we only talked about what surprised us, I would say good morning, give you the temperature, and then sign off. Enough. Are you surprised? Does it surprise you?
For years and years and years.
I've never heard anything like this. Not in America. Have you heard of anything like this in America?
No. And like I said, if it's true, then they just...
It is true. It's being reported in multiple online publications. This gentleman tweeted the video yesterday, and that's how I know about it.
And if it's true, then they're trying to kill the white people off. They're trying genocide. That's what it is. genocide.
You know, I got to tell you, my blood pressure, I didn't take my blood pressure medication today or yesterday. I forgot to take it 2 days, and I am, I don't know. I'm not feeling too hot, and I can. It's my blood pressure. It's got to be through the freaking roof right now.
Well, I just hope health to every weight.
I mean, how many times have the leftists have complained, oh, you know, a woman can't get an abortion in Texas. She's got to drive to another state. Well, this guy, you know, monoclonal treatment, you only have a couple of days. If you 3-4 days, and that's, you know, may not work after that. And, you know, and if you're sick, you got to drive to another state, another facility. I mean, what the hell? You know, with the pregnancy, they got some time. It's not, they don't have 4 days, you know.
Let somebody else give their view.
Yeah. Okay. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, morning, Brian. It's Scott in Kiev. How you doing?
Hey, Scott. Today's $5 super chat. Thanks. What's the source? I'll pull it up. It's on my Twitter.
Because he stayed a lot calmer than.
By the way, people are asking me where they can find this story. It's in many places, but go to trendingpolitics.com. Trendingpolitics.com has the video, and they give you the details of the individual. Harrison Smith is his name. Trendingpolitics.com. You can see the video yourself there.
Your last two callers actually brought up some of the points I was going to bring up. So, do nurses, like doctors, do they also take this kind of dose?
I have no idea.
I wish I would have been on the air before that last lady. Maybe she could answer that. Because I would say that's a violation of that. That's a violation of federal.
Well, it's a violation of human decency, and the caller earlier said just following orders, which is the Nuremberg defense of the Nazis, and yeah.
Hey, can you tell me this, Brian? Since we're playing these strange games in the USA today, can you name any other disease that you treat different based on race?
Well, I'd like to know what other superpowers we white people have. Right? We have a superpower against COVID if we're under 65. What other superpowers do we have that I don't know about?
White privilege card?
I guess I didn't get that instruction book like the Greatest American Hero, if you're old enough to remember. All right, Scott in Kiev, I got to run for a break. And I'm serious. My blood pressure is not good right now. 47 minutes after the hour. If you're on hold, stand by. I want to apologize to any callers I've been short with the last few minutes, the last 20 or 30 minutes since I brought this up. I'm really upset about it. You know, and maybe I'm channeling that through you, and I apologize for that. But I'm a little disappointed in the lack of anger. Well, here's the problem: critical race medicine. You know, no. You know. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. We'll be back.
We all know how beautiful and lush Florida is, with the abundance of trees and bushes. But if you want your home to look great, all of that greenery needs to be trimmed and well kept. So when it comes to trimming your trees, you want a pro, one who knows how to cut, when to cut, and the difference in each type of tree. And the best in South Florida are the professionals at GoPro Professional Property Care. With over 50 years of experience in South Florida, they know what's best for your trees and how to make your home look spectacular. With all the electrical wiring around, tree trimming is too dangerous to do yourself and requires a professional that you will not find by hiring just some guy with a truck who knocks on your front door. In fact, tree trimming is so much more than just cutting branches. It's about maintenance and keeping your trees healthy and having curb appeal. GoPro Professional Property Care is licensed and insured, available 24/7 for any tree emergency. GoPro does it all too: tree trimming, pruning, tree removal, stump grinding, root removal, lawn care, and installation. And that's just the start of what they do. Call Nathan. He's Steve Kane's personal tree trimmer, and now he wants to work with you. 954-680-7739. He's also available for condos, HOAs, and businesses. 954-680-7739. 954-680-7739. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. 954-680-7739.
Traveling and need a COVID test? Maybe you need a COVID test for work or school. Stop by Any Lab Test Now of Boca or Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. They offer all the COVID testing panels you need at the lowest prices, including the antibody test. Results in 15 minutes. Any Lab Test Now of Boca is located in the Sandalfoot Plaza, where Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsboro on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Call 561-237-5009. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University Drive in Ramblewood, near the Coral Square Mall in Coral Springs. Call 954-906-5983. Make sure to tell them you heard about them on The Steve Kane Show.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWE.
Oh my goodness. 10 minutes before 8. For people that are just tuning in, I want to play the audio again. You know, this is morning drive, people. So people are getting in their cars, heading to work, taking the kids to school. And so I got to, this is, if you're on hold, stand by. There's only one opening on the board at 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. A man went to a monoclonal facility in Texas. A black nurse denied him life-saving monoclonal treatment because he didn't meet the criteria. The criteria is he's a honky like me. He secretly recorded a video on his phone, uploaded it to the Twitter. You can watch the video at trendingpolitics.com. This is the audio from the video that I am playing for you right now.
So I'm not gonna be able to get it today because I don't qualify. What if I like smoke and vape? I heard that was no. Okay. But if I were black and Hispanic, then I'd be able to qualify. Okay. I'm being denied medical service because of my race. Is that?
That's the criteria.
Yeah.
So what I do, I go around and make sure everyone meet the criteria.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the criteria that was set forth. If you're 65, you'll be good. But nope, you're healthy. And you're healthy and no medical conditions. So research showed that you should be able to fight off COVID. Make it for someone else, may preclude them a little more, make them a little more susceptible to being worse with COVID. Any questions?
No, I guess not.
All right, you with her?
Yep.
Any questions? All right, Die Whiting. 1-888-GO-KANE 1. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning.
Hi, it's Chris in Tennessee.
Hey, Chris in Tennessee. What's up?
Hey, it's obviously dark days for America with stuff like that going on. But imagine how many times this happens that doesn't get reported on.
Well, that's why we're putting a spotlight on it. It needs to stop. Greg Abbott needs to get in his wheelchair and roll over to this facility with the Texas Rangers.
You 100%. A couple of years ago on YouTube, there was a World War II veteran, white, had 2 black caregivers at a nursing home, and this is all on video because the family thought he was being neglected, which he was, and he's on there and he's dying and he's gasping for breath. He's saying, "I can't breathe," and these 2 black women are laughing. "You can't what?"
Well, that's a terrible story, and I don't question its authenticity. But this is different. This is a woman in a facility who openly and gleefully is denying someone life-saving medical treatment, she says, because he's white. And she's doing this out in the open in front of witnesses. Okay? I mean, she didn't know that he was recording, but there were other people around, including his lady friend. You with him? Get out of here, too. No treatment for you. No soup for you.
When they interviewed the 2 black women who I spoke of...
I don't want to talk about the 2 black... I don't want to hear about other incidents. I want to talk about this one. Good morning. You're on the radio. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, they put the phone down. Once. Twice. All right. Good morning. You're on the radio. Oh, here we go. Good morning. Yes, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Ike.
Hey, Ike.
Yeah. About
but I think you're being a little dishonest because I thought that doctors were the ones who determined who did, not nurses. You know, it's because you got an edited video.
This is not an edited video, Ike. I wish it was. It is not an edited video. Where do you mean it's edited? You've seen the video? Have you seen the video? No, I didn't ask you. I'm asking. Did you see the video? Did you see the video?
What video?
Did you see the video?
Yes.
Oh, describe it for me. What is the guy wearing? You've seen it. Tell me what he's wearing then. Tell me what he is wearing. You've seen the video. You say it's edited. What is he wearing?
It's edited because...
No. You said it's edited and you've seen the video. Tell me what the man is wearing.
Right.
Tell me what the man is wearing. Tell me what he's wearing. Tell me what he's wearing. I'm starting to think you're a liar, Ike. I think you're a liar.
Nurses don't...
Excuse me. You've seen the video. You've said it's edited. Tell me what the man in the video is wearing.
No, you asked me a question.
No, because you're lying. You have not seen the video or you would be able to tell me what he was wearing.
You asked me, why do I think the video was edited?
Then you said you've seen it. So tell me what he was wearing.
Oh, let me answer the question first. Then I answer any other one. Can I answer that question? The video's edited.
First, tell me what the man's wearing.
Why can't I see your whole audience is listening to you?
I know they're listening to you get busted for lying. Tell the truth that you haven't seen the video.
He ran for Republican.
No, now you're talking about Trump. Tell the truth. You didn't see the video. So are you gonna tell the truth that you didn't see the video?
Hey, the reason that I said the video was edited because I don't think the video started at that moment.
Oh, it didn't start at that moment. When should it have started? When he was in his mother's womb? How far back? What else do you need?
30 seconds before that. That's all.
And then we'll know. It doesn't matter if it was a doctor. Adolf Eichmann, had doctors that did his work like Dr. Mengele.
Medication. Everybody knows that. Nurses don't determine who gets medication.
Oh, no, she said her job. First off, Ike, slow down. First off, you're a liar. You did not see the video.
Yeah.
That you're a liar? Yes, they do. On that note of agreement, let's say yes, everyone in the audience knows you're a liar. Now, I want to answer the question I asked him. I asked him, what was the man wearing in the video? Here's the answer to that question, if he had seen the video. I do not know because you can't see the man. You can only see the nurse. And if he had seen the video, he would know that. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Come on. Is this the best you can do? Can't you at least use some profanity? Call me a name? Attack my child like the other guy? Get some talent. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Good morning, because
Yes, Doug.
Okay, first on. Yeah, I know things are bad, but I didn't think that last night One American News had a whole thing how it's open season on white people now. They want to kill us, and I don't know what the hell.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's funny, isn't it? Yeah, I know. It's funny, isn't it, Doug? What are you laughing?
I'm telling you, this person doesn't want to save a white person. I don't know. That's the minority, but there's...
She said it is the criteria. She said it's their criteria, and her job is to go around and make sure that everyone meets the criteria.
Right? You don't meet the criteria. Just like there's people getting into college that are less qualified, but...
Oh my gosh, Doug, this is why I'm getting upset. I mean, I've been talking about this for an hour, and I know that I've been a little on edge with the callers, because I think this is so shocking. Even that last caller, Ike, okay, he can't even believe it. Oh, that has to be edited. They're not doing that in this kind. That can't be. And you're talking about something else, and this other guy's talking about some guy in an old folks' home, and I think that the listening audience, I think it is so frightening that this is what's happening in Biden's America that you can't deal with it. I think you all cannot deal with it. Doug, thanks for your call. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. You're on the radio. Hey, Boca, go ahead. You're on the air. Go ahead.
This is Steve from Boca.
All right, Steve. What's on your mind?
I got to tell you, I've been listening to you guys for 25 years. First time I've ever called in. Just moved down from New York. Last night, my wife and I watched a program on Jackie Robinson on the channel just above Newsmax.
By the way, Republican Jackie Robinson, lifelong Republican Jackie Robinson.
Unbelievably great.
But what does that have to do with this thing I'm talking about today? Everybody likes Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, because what happened was there was racism years ago.
Oh.
The world is different today. The people are different today. There's very little racism in this country.
No, excuse me. That's not the case. There's a lot of racism in this country. In Texas, a white man was denied by an African-American nurse life-saving monoclonal antibody treatment because he's white. I would argue that there's a lot of racism today in this country.
The narrative today against white people and this critical race theory is so beyond.
Well, this is critical race medicine. This is critical race healthcare.
I got to tell you, in all my life, and I'm in my late 60s, I haven't seen racism.
Yes, you just did. See, I just played this. Excuse me. This audio is racism.
To reverse racism, I understand. It has to end. It has to end. But my point is that if I would have ever seen a white person racist against a black person, I would have called them out. In my 68 years, I've never seen it. Never seen it.
Until this morning? Until this morning, when I shared it with you. Until this morning, when I shared it with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
What they're doing in this country has got to change. It's got to change. Otherwise, it will change. If Trump gets in, it will change.
Mm-hmm.
Problem you have.
Well, I'll tell you this. President Trump is at Mar-a-Lago, and President Trump knows all. He's very up to date on all the news, and I promise you, the greatest president this nation has ever had, President Trump, right now at Mar-a-Lago, is very well aware of this thing in Texas. And I know they took him off the Twitter so he couldn't talk directly to the American people so easily because of it. But President Trump, I would think, would be on the phone with Greg Abbott and tell him to get over there with the Texas Rangers and find out what the hell is going on in Texas, because this happened in Texas.
Yeah, Brian, you're doing a great job. The only thing I need to make you aware of, which you're going to have to focus on more, is the Dems are going to steal.
All right. I'm trying. I haven't gotten one caller to talk about this. They want to talk about everything else but. And it's because I don't think people want to know about this. I think that this video, this audio that I'm sharing with you, it's on trendingpolitics.com. Go watch the video. I think it is so upsetting, it is so shocking that you're all in denial over this. The callers are talking about everything else but Jackie Robinson, an old folks' home, 2 hours down, 1 to go. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show, on the radio since 1977. My name is Brian Craig. Steve will be joining us in a few minutes, and there's only one opening on the board. At 1-888-GO-KANE-1. We'll be back.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Brian Craig here. Conservative Doug called me up live on the air to tell me about his experience at Friendly Tire.
Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane Show, hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hey, hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. 1,000-mile warranty on the tires. That's great. And of course, Friendly Tire, they never charge you to mount the tire, balance the tire, or dispose of your old tires. The price that they give you are out the door and on the road. And
Rick, everybody should go there. I don't know how anybody can buy tires anyplace else. This guy is the best prices.
That's right. That's right. So listen, give Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire a call. His number, 954-977-9445. He'll give you a quote right over the phone, 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net, or you can just stop right in. The address is listed at stevekaneshow.com. 5415 Northwest 15th Street in Margate, and that's just a little north of Coconut Creek Parkway on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Well, Conservative Doug, thanks so much, and I'm glad you got such a great deal on your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate.
At AJ's Natural Shop at Festival Marketplace, you will find the best vitamins, herbs, and everything natural at amazingly low prices. I'm Anita, one of the owners of AJ's. My 20-plus years in the natural products industry has allowed me to make contacts with the top supplement and health food manufacturers throughout the country. So even if you can't find your favorite item at AJ's, just ask. I can get it for you at a great price. Call AJ's today. 954-317-1851. 954-317-1851.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an unbiased comparison of all your Medicare health insurance options. I Will Advisors specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries.
Denise, $5 super chat. I want to talk about this, Brian. I also want the location of the video so I can report it. Well, you go look at the story. You can contact the guy who made the video. I don't have the exact location in Texas.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the
My blood pressure is through the flippin' roof right now.
of your assets at the time of your passing. Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show.
Now, don't give out any names. No names in the chat.
1. That's 1-888-COCAINE 1. And now, here's Steve Kane.
All right, if you've just tuned in, you've missed a lot. I'm going to do a quick recap of what's going on for people that are just tuning in. And I don't do that so often, the recap. If you miss it, you miss it on this show. But this one's too important. And everyone in America needs to be aware of this. I'm going to play you the audio from a hidden video. A man in Texas went in to receive life-saving monoclonal antibody treatment. And the black nurse, the African-American nurse, denied him life-saving monoclonal antibody treatment because he's white. And he secretly filmed it, and here's the audio. You can watch the video online at trendingpolitics.com. And then we're going to go to Dr. Lemaski, who is here with us today on the phone because of this treatment that this man was denied.
So I'm not going to be able to get it today? Because I don't qualify? Yeah. What if I like smoke and vape? I heard that was no? Okay. But if I were black and Hispanic, then I'd be able to qualify? Okay.
But if I were black or Hispanic, I'd be able to qualify? She says, yep.
No? Okay. But if I were black and Hispanic, then I'd be able to qualify? Okay. I'm being denied medical service because of my race, is that?
That's the criteria?
Yeah.
So what I do, I go around and make sure everyone meets the criteria.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the criteria that was set forth. If you were 65, you'll be good. But nope, you're healthy. And you're healthy and no medical conditions. So research showed that you should be able to fight off COVID.
Yeah. White superpower. All right, now, I've gotten the lines mixed up because I'm so upset. I can't remember which line Dr. Lemaski is on. But let's see if it's this one. Good morning. Is this Dr. Lemaski? Okay, this is good. Okay, I'm just... All right, now your life was saved recently from monoclonal antibody treatment. What's your take on this shocking video?
Absolutely. Well, I'm as riled up as you are about it, and unfortunately this is not just one thing that's happened one time. This happens often. When we think about racism, It's, we've been hearing more and more about how the whites are bad on the blacks or on the Asians and whatever, but nobody's taking into consideration that, everybody gets hurt by racism, okay? And it's happening more and more. Obviously, my son goes to school and he hears things that kids are saying, and they're like, yeah, we're going to beat up that little white boy. Now, why is that happening? I want to get back to the monoclonal, though, okay? The monoclonal, just for the record, has nothing to do with black or Hispanic. Okay, white people are supposed to get it too. And it has nothing to do, they have a list, okay? There is a list of many things if you're at high risk. We're all at high risk, the infectious disease doctor told me. We don't know what it's going to do. As we've seen, I know a 12-year-old that died, perfectly fine health. I know a 17-year-old that died, perfectly fine health. By the way, both white, one a girl, one a boy, okay? There is a number of things they talk about, pregnancy, overweight, diabetes. They have nothing to do about race. But when you ask, when I went in and they said, listen, you all meet criteria if you came here before 10 days, within 10 days, and you are vaccinated or not vaccinated, and you have a positive test for COVID. That is the fact, okay? What they're doing and what they're saying now, what that nurse did, was obviously racist. Obviously, it should be illegal.
Well, she said, I'm just following the criteria. They had criteria at Auschwitz. This just following orders crap isn't going to fly.
Well, the sad thing, and it reminds me of the show that I did on Saturday, is called bullying. But the interesting part of bullying is that I asked everyone, why do you think bystanders stand by and let people get bullied? Why do we let people get hurt? And there's two things that happen. One, they may not even like who the victim is. They may not like you, so maybe she didn't like him. Number two is because they fear getting bullied by that person who has power themselves, so they stand by and do nothing. I mean, this is so psychological, and it's so sad what's going on, and it's not even about becoming more awake, okay? I think people are awake. It's caring. We have to care, okay? If you don't care, we're awake. People don't care. You want to ignore, you want to avoid, it's going to get worse.
Well, this critical race theory in medicine that we're seeing in Texas, and this nurse is such an indecent person. I mean, she's not even ashamed, embarrassed, or upset that she has to deny the treatment to him. She seems to be happy about it.
Well, she was not. It sounded like she was arrogant about it, and she was very sure of herself. So whether she needs to be educated, monitored, or fired, I don't know.
Do nurses take oaths like doctors take? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
It takes to save a life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in fact, that's true. I was talking to Dr. Mitch Matez, and I asked him a question once. I said, if there's a home intruder and he's going to kill you, and you shoot him in self-defense, do you have to render him aid? And he says, yes, I am morally, ethically, and legally obligated to give him life-saving medical treatment, even if he was about to kill me and I shot him in self-defense. But out in Texas, I know it can't be this way in Florida with Ron DeSantis, but I'm in.
Another thing, about it, and I've told many people about the monoclonal, the infectious disease doctor I went to, I was informed that he does have monoclonal again. I don't know how much he has of it, but he does, and that was the doctor in Tamarack, Dr. Edward Hirsch. He's not going to turn anyone away. Black, white, everybody was there. When I was there, we were all mixed race, we were all different genders, and everyone was getting...
my goodness, I feel like we got like an underground railroad going on here now.
Yeah, well, you're definitely not avoiding or turning away from it. So I hope the rest of your audience agrees.
Well, I don't know how long you've been listening, but I've been talking about this for an hour and 15 minutes, and pretty much every caller wants to talk about everything but. And I think it's so shocking people don't want to deal with it. They don't want to believe.
This is something that people will try to avoid because it is so overwhelming to think that out in the open, someone, hopefully the guy is okay, but somebody could die because they didn't receive.
Yeah. Now, of course, you can hear Dr. Lemaski Saturday mornings at 11 on all of our radio stations, and she's there with Al Knight. And I think Al Knight backed this show because he's in such desperate need of therapy, which I've known for the 30 years I've known him, that he put this show together just to get therapy. But I don't even know if you could help Al Knight.
I'm working on him, but speaking of blood pressure, you need to take a moment, make sure that you focus on your feet being grounded on the floor for a minute and breathe into your body and make sure you feel your feet on the floor. Your blood pressure will actually decrease.
Okay, there you go. I like that. That's good advice from the doctor. All right, Dr. Lemaski, take care. Thanks for the call. Let's take one more call before we break, and Steve will be joining us after the break. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hey, it's Mike from North Dakota.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, so from watching the video, it's what she just said, Dr. Lemaski just said, it makes sense. Even in the videos on this other website called, and basically what it says is, it's this treatment's reserved for people who are higher risk. Now, my sister's a nurse in California, and she basically said the same thing, saying that people who are high risk, it's predominantly minorities.
Well, that's nonsense. Listen. On the when it gets down to the inside of our bodies are the same. Why is someone who is black or Hispanic more likely to die of the COVID than a white person? That doesn't even make sense. That's just stupid.
People that have died are obese, right? That died in this country have been obese. So, I mean,
there are all kinds of factors. Steve and I had a close friend that recently died. He was white, under 65, and in great shape, physically, great shape, no underlying health issues. And you guys know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to get into it right now in details, but many of you know who I'm talking about. So, what's your take on what happened in Texas with this nurse?
Me personally, I disagree with that 100% because it shouldn't matter on the guy's race. It shouldn't matter on anything other than.
Well, I think the nurse should be hauled in for questioning. I think the facility should not only be shut down, everybody connected with it, including the doctors in charge of that nurse, should be hauled in by the state police in Texas, which I guess are the Texas Rangers, and we need to find out if this is what they're doing. It would only make sense to me that there have been white people who have died over this.
Right. Oh, yeah. I mean, well, that's just what I was just there, right? It was all racist at the start. Was because you're white and you're under 65, you have no medical condition, we can't accept you. But if you were black, as that guy said, it was a total race thing is what it was. Total race thing. And that shouldn't be accepted. That shouldn't be tolerated, period. Because you know what would happen if a white person had said that.
Well, and you know what? If that, let me tell you, if the ethnicities were reversed, I would still be playing it and talking about it on the air today. It would be all over the news at the top, bottom, quarter after, and everything else. And so the America would stop. But most people that are liberals, you've heard it from the couple of liberal black callers I've had. They think white people have had it good long enough, and it's their time now, and they don't seem to give a damn. All right, take care. I got to run for a break. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve will be joining us in just a moment.
Hi, Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing and Building Restoration. We survived the 2021 hurricane season. Now it's time to get your building envelope ready for the next season. Laporta Contracting installs all types of roofs, from asphalt, clay and concrete, standing metal seam, flat roofs, and slate tile systems. Our building restoration offers complete envelope protection to include siding, stucco, concrete restoration, impact windows and doors, doors, weatherproofing, and painting. Laporta Contracting serves single-family, multifamily, HOAs, and commercial properties. Call Laporta Contracting today for a free evaluation and estimate, and go to our website to see our team and past customer videos at laportacontracting.com. Our number is 954-604-4602. That number again is 954-604-4602. And thanks for listening to The Steve Kane Show.
Hi, this is Lori Kane, and I want to talk to you about Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. I just love Dr. Gupta. I've been seeing him for around 3 years. He always has time for me. He never does unnecessary work, and his prices are very affordable. And if you need implants, go see him because he has the best prices around. Let me give you the number. Write it down. It's 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. 4633, BrightonDentalCare.com. He's just the best.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian. You with us, Steve? Yes, you are. Oh, my goodness. What a show. Oh, what a show today.
I was listening
Jacqueline,
to this.
$50 super chat. Thank you. Everyone, thank Jacqueline.
I can't believe. Where did this story come from?
It's right. It's the patient secretly recorded it on a video, put it on Twitter, and it's gone wild. It's being reported on many online news sites. It has not made the mainstream media yet. You guys can watch the video online at trendingpolitics.com. It's also on my Twitter, and it's been confirmed by multiple sources that are. Well, you know, I'm sick about it. I mean, I'm sick about it is I had this yesterday afternoon. I talked to you yesterday and I forgot about it because we had some business we were doing. No, we were talking about, well, we had a business conversation. We were talking about business and I'd forgotten. And
what did you say?
I think maybe I was blocking it out, that maybe I wouldn't have been able to sleep last night with this on my head. I've never seen anything. And when she says, I'm just following orders, this is the criteria, I mean, my goodness. It's in Texas.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
And if this isn't on Fox by noontime, I'm going to be upset at Fox. What am I going to do? But it needs, they know about it. They know about it. I know about it, they know about it.
A story like this is hard to believe.
And the video is very good. And, I'm hoping to see this guy on TV soon that made it because there's a story. Something must have happened before that had him start videotaping it. On his phone. It's something he must have been denied by another person previous to Nurse Ava Braun here. It's Biden's America, man. Biden's America. Critical race healthcare.
A scene from a movie.
Yeah. The Judgment at Nuremberg.
No. Oh, damn it.
I don't know.
It's not coming to me.
I don't know. But listen, if you guys would like to call...
Lanes or something like that?
Oh, with Ben Affleck and Samuel L. Jackson? Is that Changing Lanes?
Not sure.
Yeah. I'm...
This guy is a white guy. He's a bigot. And he's trying to get his father treated for something. The father is... Listen, the audience, we're looking for your help here. And he's trying to get the nurse to admit his father was in great pain and all this. And the father's white, the nurse is black, and the nurse won't help the father. Somebody's...
Well, let me tell you, I've experienced racism in a hospital, and I know Steve has too. When my daughter, who's 22, soon to be 23, when my wife and I went to the hospital the day after my daughter was born to adopt her, there was a black nurse who saw us, and she looked at us and said, ran into the hospital and tried to talk the birth mother out of allowing my wife and I to adopt our daughter because we're white and they're black. And so and you had a similar thing happen to you.
Identical experience.
So maybe racism among African American nurses is commonplace. I don't know. This is not good. And what's not good about it is this isn't the top and bottom of the hour news story in the mainstream news cycle. Now, hopefully, I'm just ahead of the story. Hopefully, by the end of the day, Tucker will have it and others. I know Hannity needs something to make that vanilla show interesting. They know about it, Steve. I've gotten it from the mainstream conservative news websites online. They all know about it. It's not a secret. So if you don't see it on TV, it's a choice that they have made. If I've seen it, they've seen it. This is the mainstream online conservative news outlets.
You had the name of that movie. It's like right out of the movie.
I'm not feeling good. I'm like dizzy. I'm really dizzy. I'm really upset about it. I'm really not feeling good. But hey,
I think that Dr.
What did she tell me to do? Put my feet on the floor, which they are. Okay. And then what? Pray? I don't know. I forgot the rest. Oh man, I don't know. Oh. But this is Biden's America. Well, let me just share a couple other things too, though, that I have. Jen Psaki, she's back. She's back at the podium, dodging questions, not caring, and being as condescending as ever. She was asked what the Biden regime is doing about high gas prices. Listen to her answer.
You just said that the real risk on inflation is inaction, but so far this week we haven't seen any action from the administration on gas prices. The president in Europe said, we would see action sooner rather than later. On Wednesday, that's top priority.
That's great.
Is he going to tap the SPR, ease biofuel blending requirements, ban crude exports? And if the answer is you still haven't kind of decided on any of this, what is the message to Americans headed into Thanksgiving, where everybody will be driving to see their family and friends, that you think that current prices are acceptable?
We certainly don't think that. The message to Americans is that we're not just closely and directly monitoring the situation, which of course we've been doing, but we're looking at every tool in our arsenal. You mentioned some of them. Well, I don't have anything to preview today.
Okay, so Biden's doing nothing. We're observing it. We're observing.
Favorite line, sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and we're observing it.
Say that?
Yeah. And we're observing it. I'm observing it too when I fill up my tank and it costs $15 more than it did a few months ago. Oh my goodness. We're watching it. We're watching it.
The president's going to take action sooner rather than later.
Yeah. That's right. We're watching it.
Is it my imagination, or have we never, ever in this country been through a thing like this?
Never, because the other presidents and their administration at least pretend to care about the suffering and hardships of the American people. These people are like, screw you. Doesn't your son paint paintings and sell them for more than Jackson Pollock's too? What are we worried about?
Oh, plot. Now it's coming out and you get a picture of the overall thing. What they're doing is
everyone thank Jacqueline for that $50 super chat if you haven't already.
Basically going to try to buy the American public this great new package, because that's all they know how to do as Democrats. If there's a problem, throw money at it. If there's a problem with the borders, just write them a check for $450,000 and it'll go away. That's all they know how to do.
Steve, this quadrillion-dollar bill is all paid for, okay? It's already paid for. It costs nothing. So I don't know what your panties are in a wad for.
Every time I hear that line that it's all paid for, I could go to myself, I say to myself, how stupid do they think the American people are?
Pretty damn stupid, Steve, because they say it all the time. It's paid for. Oh, okay.
The polls is that they're not.
Listen. Didn't you hear? It's so much. I know it's paid for because Biden whispered it. It's paid for. It's paid for.
We better pray that the right people stand fast.
You know what it seems like to me? Most people I know that have had like debt in their life, credit card debt, their whole life revolves around getting out of debt. And Democrats, when they're in power, their whole life revolves around getting the whole country in debt. And it's total. This bill he's signing is basically signing away the whole country to China because they hold our debt, right? This is
Yeah, lad. I mean, how many of these things have to become public before the public takes action?
Okay, now Dr. Lemaski told me what to do so I don't collapse. She said, breathe in with your nose, your mouth. Breathe in with your nose, blow your stomach out like a balloon, exhale through your mouth, and pull your stomach back and make sure your feet are on the ground. Or breathe in and hold it for 4 seconds, and then exhale for 7 seconds. You may feel a little lightheaded, but that's normal. This will allow the oxygen to flow and create a relaxation response. And then there's a medical term I can't pronounce. Parasympathetic response, maybe? I don't know. Sure. I'll do that during the break. I'll take Dr. Lemaski's advice during the break, who obviously does give life-saving treatment to white people, unlike this nurse in Texas. All right, let's take our break for the bottom of the hour while I follow these detailed directions that might give me a heart attack just trying to understand them, but we'll do it during the break, and we'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
You need a COVID test? Maybe you need a COVID test for work or school. Stop by Any Lab Test Now of Boca or Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. They offer all the COVID testing panels you need at the lowest prices, including the antibody test. Results in 15 minutes. Any Lab Test Now of Boca is located in the Sandalfoot Plaza, where Western Beef is, south of Palmetto.
I do feel lightheaded a little bit.
North of Hillsboro on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Call 561-237-5009. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University Drive in Ramblewood, near the Coral Square Mall in Coral Springs. Call 954-906-5983. Make sure to tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
We all know how beautiful and lush Florida is, with the abundance of trees and bushes. But if you want your home to look great, all of that greenery needs to be trimmed and well kept. So when it comes to trimming your trees, you want a pro, one who knows how to cut, when to cut, and the difference in each type of tree. And the best in South Florida are the professionals at GoPro Professional Property Care. With over 50 years of experience in South Florida, they know what's best for your trees and how to make your home look spectacular.
Steve Kane Show.
Electrical wiring around, tree trimming is too dangerous
Hold on.
to do yourself.
Steve Kane Show.
A professional that you will not find by hiring some guy with a truck who knocks on your front door. In fact, tree trimming is so much more than just cutting branches. It's about maintenance and keeping your trees healthy and having curb appeal. GoPro Professional Property Care is licensed and insured, available 24/7 for any tree emergency. GoPro does it all too: tree trimming, pruning, tree removal, stump grinding, root removal, lawn care, and installation. And that's just the start of what they do. Call Nathan. He's Steve Kane's
Steve Kane Show.
trimmer, and now he wants to work with you.
Hold on.
954-680-7739. He's also available for condos, HOAs, and businesses. 954-680-7739. 954-680-7739. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. 954-680-7739.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of...
There's only 28 minutes left.
Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855...
I'm on meds, but I forgot to take my blood pressure medication the last couple days, so that's the problem.
Just search for WWNN.
All right, we're back. 33 minutes after the hour. Yeah. The movie. Well, we got calls. Maybe they'll know. Maybe they'll know.
White cop, his father's sick. There's a black nurse. The black nurse is mistreating the father because she's a black bigot.
Oh.
Unbelievable film. It's like a whole bunch of stories all...
Well, it's now a reality in Texas. There's one opening on the board at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. If you know the name of Steve's movie, tell us that. 1-888-465-2631. I do want to take a moment, though, to tell everyone about Wings Plus, the Sample Road location in Coral Springs. They've been with us here on the Steve Kane Show for over 12 years as a sponsor. And everything, we talk so much about how great the food is, everything homemade right there. And I'll just tell you quick how they became a sponsor of the Steve Kane Show. I'd been eating at Wings Plus for many, many years before they were a sponsor, and our old studio was just a couple blocks away, and I kept telling Steve, you got to go to Wings Plus, you got to go to Wings Plus. And we get off the air before they're open. And then finally, there was one day you were hanging around late for one reason or another. You stopped in for wings at Wings Plus on Sample Road, and the next day we were doing spots. Actually, you came in the next day with a menu in your hand, and we've been doing spots for Wings Plus on Sample Road ever since. And that's how good it is. I mean, it's just, man, it's hard for me. Oh, yes.
Politically elite meat at Wings Plus. A lot of police officers.
Oh, yeah. And we've been over there with people like the late, great Herman Cain, Newt Gingrich, and even the Trumps have had wings from Wings Plus on Sample Road in Coral Springs. And they say in Florida that a Republican cannot win an election in the state of Florida unless they have the wings at Wings Plus on Sample Road in Coral Springs. Now, they're located about a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road in Coral Springs. When you stop in the Wings Plus, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Radio Show. All right, we have a full board of calls, and I did do what Dr. Lemasky said during the break, and it helped a little bit, but I don't want to get too calmed down. We still got 25 minutes of show left. Good morning, you're on the radio. Yes, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Bob Reich.
Oh, hey, Bob. Yeah.
I understand your outrage. Nobody could bring themselves, not even good Rabbi David, could bring themselves to say this is an act of out-and-out black prejudice against whites. We've been so indoctrinated that it's impossible and that only whites can be prejudiced and can do all these terrible things. People can't even bring themselves.
Yeah. Well, you know, Bob, I'll tell you, Bob, my whole life, and this is true for everyone, I've been hearing, how did the Holocaust happen? And there's books and movies and college classes. This is how it happened. Things like this happened, and no one said anything, and no one did anything. You know, how many times have you heard that story? They came for and I said nothing. They came for the They came for me, and there was no one left to come. We're living it right now, and people are just in denial. They don't want to deal with it.
Unbelievable. Normal outrage, if you are attacked unfairly, normal outrage is to say something. And I listened to 80 of your callers in a row, either making excuses or wanting to talk about another topic. And I just think, whatever the brainwashing that's going on here, it's really pretty profound by now, if people can't even...
Well, it's critical race medicine. Critical race healthcare is what that is.
Well, it's not only happening in that. How about the fact you can listen to these black radio hosts taking off on whites saying the most outrageous things, and if anybody says anything the other way, suddenly they're gone. I mean, it's not just this. It's the pendulum is one.
But this story here is beyond this isn't a theoretical debate over a lesson plan. This is a guy who went to a facility for life-saving monoclonal antibody treatment in Texas and was told specifically, no life-saving treatment for you because you're white. This is a real thing. This isn't academic. This is something that really is happening.
Example of that guy I called, who's obviously black.
And a liar.
He couldn't admit that a black could possibly do this to a white, so we had to say, oh, you didn't give us the whole soundbite. He couldn't even admit that a black can do something aggressively toward a white. That's how...
Well, let me tell you, this antibody treatment's it's Dr. Lemasky would not be here today if it were not for that treatment. It's that serious. President Trump's life was saved from it when he flew on Marine One to the hospital that night. And this criteria crap is, I was just following orders, the Nuremberg defense, that is not a defense. And what really upset me even more so was she's wearing a mask and I can't see her face, But I felt that the nurse was very happy telling him this news.
She didn't sound like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't." Nothing like that.
Or the damn doctor won't let me have it. You know? But there's another place down the street. Go over there. She didn't do it. She's like, so if I were black or Hispanic, I'd get it? Yep. She said, yep. She said.
Have you seen the AMA, this new playbook by the AMA?
Yeah.
You will look it up. It's unbelievable. Everything is geared toward, it's like the teachers talking about critical race theory. That's what the new AMA medical directive sounds like. Look it up. You won't. Okay.
Well, I would say in a situation like that, I would identify as black. Real quick. And that's it. All right, Bob Reich, take care. And that is not Bob Reich, Bill Clinton's Secretary of Labor. That Bob Reich is about 8 feet taller than that. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Good morning, caller. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yes.
This is Raymond from Texas.
Hey, Raymond in Texas.
I just wanted to let you know that I live here in Texas, and I'm outraged by this story. I'm 61 years old, white, male, Christian, Trump supporter, and that would have blown my mind.
Well, you're too young. You'd be denied, too. You're under 65. Have you seen this on the local news at all in Texas?
No, I hadn't seen nothing on it, but it's crazy.
Can you call Governor Abbott's office? Okay, tell them to go to when you call the office, I'm serious, tell them to go to trendingpolitics.com and watch the video. Trendingpolitics.com.
Okay.
I don't know the exact location. But I'll tell you what, the Texas Rangers could find out right quick. So when you call the governor's office, trendingpolitics.com. Please do it. They can see the video there. And by the way, the name of the person in question is there in the video, in the story, trendingpolitics.com. Okay, well, maybe we'll put a stop to it, Steve. Maybe we'll stop this. I don't know. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Matt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's Matt Dillon. Matt Dillon. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, Matt Dillon's a racist cop and everything. Yeah. But that movie was not a real life story. Here we are in Texas. We have a Holocaust taking place. There are white people, we know for a fact, that are being denied life-saving monoclonal antibody treatment by African American healthcare professionals because they're white. Well, hopefully the last caller calls the governor's office out there, being one of the constituents, and has this woman covered. All right, take care. Thanks for the call. One more call before we break. Good morning. You're on the radio. Are you okay, caller?
Hey, Steve.
Yes.
Augustino. How you doing, Augustino?
Hey, Augie. What's up?
I've been listening to you guys, and I tell you what, you guys are on the ball about everything. I've been listening to Brian drink his Starbucks in his wife's car.
We say your Center for All Things Trump.
That's correct. Yeah.
I'm coming to you guys because you're the best.
Well, I'll tell you what, Augustino. I don't know too much about you, but I do know this: you have excellent taste in talk radio. I must say.
You're the best. Why go out?
Appreciate you too.
All right, Augustino. Take care. Thanks so much. Oh, my goodness. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning, caller. Okay, once, twice. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Megan. I'm in New Jersey. But this story upset me, and I looked it up on the government website. It's not the nurse or Abbott. It's an NIH. They changed the rules.
That's not an excuse, and it's not. In the Nuremberg trials, the Nazis. I'm just following orders from the Fuhrer. They executed them. You do not follow unlawful orders. No, it doesn't. I don't care what the NIH, the NRA, the OPP. I don't care. I don't care what it says. Well, what they're doing with mandates is they're getting rid of one way of thinking and bringing in another one. Hey, thanks for the call. Now, those of you on YouTube, you can see this, but those of you listening on the radio, you'll just hear me talk about it. I wore to work today my MyPillow bathrobe, which makes an incredible Christmas gift for anyone on your Christmas gift-giving list. And they're great for Hanukkah too, and even Kwanzaa if you want, you're doing it, whatever. They're great for everything. And at MyPillow.com with the promo code Kane, 30% off the MyPillow bathrobe. They come in many different colors, a lot of new colors in too, blues and burgundies and pink for the ladies. They also have a new style of robe. The robe I'm wearing is the heavier robe. They also have a light bathrobe. They have different styles for men and women. And they make great Christmas gifts. And I would recommend you buy one for your significant other for the holidays. Buy two of them, one for you and one for them. And the one I'm wearing is gray. My wife's is white. They are beautiful. They are comfortable. I've had this MyPillow bathrobe for quite some time. I've washed it I don't know how many times, and it still looks like the day that it arrived in the mail. So go to MyPillow.com. Use the promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, 30% off. Now, I checked this morning right before the show. They have every color in right now. But these are a hot item at MyPillow.com for Christmas. The colors and sizes will start to disappear quickly. So you want to go there today and take advantage. 30% off the MyPillow bathrobe at MyPillow.com when you use the promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane, Kane. We'll be right back with the Gold Report after this.
Covered AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
When you need drug or STD testing,
and guys, I have a link
that's no one's business but yours.
Pinned in the chat room to the deal for the robe.
Price on all of their thousands of tests, and all their testing is completely confidential. Drug and STD testing start at just $49. Drug testing results are available on the spot.
Hey there, hold on.
Necessary, no doctor's order or prescription, and be in and out in 15 minutes or less. Any lab test now of Boca Raton is located at 23016 Sandalwood Plaza on the east side of 441, just a few doors down from Western Beef. If you have any questions, call 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. Any lab tests now of Boca Raton. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
This is Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. Give me a call today to save up to 50% on your insulation and radiant barrier, and up to 35% on your electric bill. That's 954-939-1500. 954-939-1500.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an unbiased comparison of all your Medicare health insurance options. I Will Advisors specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries on every available option to ensure you make the right choice for your needs. Call us directly at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for
All right, and we're back, and it's that time, the most listened to portion of the Steve Kane Show. That is the time when we check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated right here in Boca with the morning gold and precious metals report. William Youngerman, good morning.
Good morning, Brian. How you?
Great. How are the metals looking today?
Metals looking good, very stable. We saw gold close $3.20 on Friday at $1,865.10. Silver closed out the week on up 6 cents at $25.31, while platinum was down $3 at $1,081, and palladium was up $43 at $2,045. This morning we saw gold trade in a range so far from $1,856 to $1,871. Right now, basically unchanged at $1865.10. Silver down 26 cents right now at $25.05 the ounce, while platinum's down $1 at $1,080, and palladium is up $10 at $2,055. That's pretty much where we're starting off.
Yeah. Now, when people hear, they hear over $1,800 an ounce, which is awesome, exciting news. You don't have to buy a full ounce of gold at once. Can you tell people a little bit about the fractional gold that you offer over there, William Youngerman?
Yes, certainly. Most of the countries, Canada, Australia, and especially the United States, offer fractional size coins, starting with the 1/10 ounce coin, quarter ounce, half ounce, and 1 ounce coin. So you can actually buy as little as a tenth of an ounce of gold. And
yeah. Yeah, and that's a great deal, and it's a great way to get in on the metals if you have not already. So listen, William Youngerman, they open up weekdays at 10 a.m., located right here in Boca at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, on the first floor of the Bank of America building, immediately east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto. You can give them a call at 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010. And online, WilliamYoungerman.com. And of course, all the metals are available for immediate delivery. All right, William Youngerman, we will talk tomorrow.
Have a great day.
All right, take care. You back with us, Steve? Oh, man, I tell you, it's only Monday. I feel like I need the weekend off again. I mean, I'm like exhausted from today's show. All this news.
Unbelievable.
I have to break this to you. I shouldn't be the one to do it. It should be, everybody should have known about this before the program, but you know now. And, and like I say, if you go to trendingpolitics.com, you can find the story and you can tweet it and tag all the people in the media that need to see this and embarrass them into reporting it. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Once, twice. Okay, 3 times a lady, and that's it. I guess if you want to call, please do, but I think I might have to do some screening here because the liberals, they can't even attempt anymore to deal with these terrible, terrible things. Did you see Dan Bongino over the weekend with Black Lives Matter, Steve? Hawk.
Perfect. He's really good.
Is that guy's real name Hawk, or is that like a handle he's given himself? The founder of Black Lives Matter?
I would say he's a beaut.
That's for sure. Steve Kane Show. I know. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. He's a beaut. And, he really fits the stereotype of these activists. He's all tough, right? He's all tough. There'll be blood in the streets if you arrest criminal. Here he is. He's not even in studio with Dan Bongino. He's got like a satellite. And he runs away like a girl, like a cowardly guy, right? He's the tough guy pushing around all these politicians. Stereotypical bully. A coward. Hawk. Well, look who we have on the line. Anita, who, of course, works with Janet Cimarelli over at AJ's Natural at the Festival Marketplace with the Morning Health Report. Hey, Anita, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you doing today?
Been better.
Hair care products.
Oh.
We have natural hair care there at AJ's as well, and we have a specialist that's going to be in the store on Sunday, and she can talk to you all about a good color for any of your listeners that want to come in and discuss a good hair color for them. She's an expert, and we're going to be making appointments. So anybody can call me at the store and set that up, 954-317-1851. And the festival doesn't open until after 10, so call me then.
So what natural hair care products? What type of products do you have again for hair care?
We have a great line of natural hair dyes called Herbitint. It comes from Rome. It's got organic healing ingredients that are great for the hair and scalp. And we have them on sale also, so she will be discussing.
Oh. Wow. Well, I know a lot of men who dye their hair too, I don't, but I know a lot of men that I never thought about all natural hair care products before. That's something new for me.
There's so many chemicals in hair dye.
Yeah. Yeah, and when Steve and I were over at your store Friday morning, Steve's eyes gravitated towards the soaps, and I did not realize you have a lot of soaps and other types of all natural products over there as well. Now listen, AJ's Natural is located in the Festival Marketplace, which is immediately east of the Turnpike on the south side of Sample Road, and AJ's is really easy to find. Go in the main entrance, head back towards the food court, and they're right next and across from the food court. You'll see them in front of the information booth. And if you want to give them a call, of course, the number 954-317-1851, 954-317-1851. And hear Janet Cimarelli's radio show for AJ's Natural Tuesdays and Fridays on our radio stations at 10 a.m. You can also call that number to set up a free counseling session with Janet Cimarelli, who is a licensed nutrition counselor. All right, Anita, we'll have a great day, and we'll talk next time.
Okay, have a great day, guys.
All right, take care. Oh, man. All right, I'm pretty much done for today, Steve. I mean, I just don't know what to say, and it's upsetting, and the news just is pissing me off. But I'll tell you, yeah.
By the end of the day, this story will get some.
Well, it needs to be more. I don't want it to be a punchline with Gutfeld on the 5. You know what I mean? This is a story that's a life and death story, and it needs to not just be it needs to be a major focus of what's going on. This is critical race healthcare, critical race medicine, and yeah, we do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right. Well, we're all out of time, Steve. So do you want to sign us off for the day?
Today we will be back to do it all over again tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Until then, on behalf of our technical director, Tyler Kane, my partner, Brian Craig, I remain yours truly, Steve Kane. Until tomorrow, let's go, Brandon.
Brian Craig here. Conservative Doug called me up live on the air to tell me about his experience at Friendly Tire.
All right, guys. Now, I put a link in there to the MyPillow bathrobe special, 30% off with the promo code Kane. Take advantage of that. And Kathy and I will have a new podcast today talking about this and a whole bunch more. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe. And everyone, before you go, like the video if you don't mind. Liking the video helps me a lot. It helps tell the YouTube algorithm to share this video with other people that like this kind of content. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.